Oh, fuck, I forgot the notebook. Just so I can edit it good. Where's my pencil? Fuck me. I swear to God, I'm a professional YouTuber that makes mediocre videos that do just barely okay. Where's my fucking pencil? God damn it. Where the fuck are my pencils? I had like 8. Oh, I heard one.
Yeah, I was about to say, I can hear them.
That's a pen, damn it. That's not what I wanted. Oh, it's a bottle cap. Fuck, it was a bottle cap. All right, I'm pulling out another one out of the box. Oh, I found him. That's staying in.
Nice.
That's totally staying in.
Pokemon. It's a battle, win or lose. It's the friends you make, it's the road you choose. You got the right stuff, so make your mind up. Find the courage inside of you. If you're strong, you'll survive and you'll keep your dream alive. It's the battle frontier. Pokemon, be the best you can be and find your destiny. It's the master plan. The power's in your hand. Pokemon. You've got the strength to win it, so stay in it. If you're smart, you can take it all. If you're strong, you'll survive and you'll keep your dream alive. It's the battle frontier. Pokemon, be the best you can be and find your destiny. It's the master plan. It's the master plan. The power's in your hand. Pokemon.
Hello, and welcome back to another week of hiding from Nimona, because I think she's actually tracking us with an item finder now. I think we're safe, though, in the bunker.
Here's open.
Yeah, so anyways, let's start talking about...
Hola, amiga. Ready for a battle?
Oh god! Oh god! Ah! Okay, so we have now gone to the second bunker. Hopefully we're safe this time.
Yeah, honestly, you'd think the first one would have been fine.
God. Okay, so hello, another week from my hidden base in the Hoenn region. God, I don't think she'll find us here.
You're right, it'll be that Aussie guy instead.
Oh God. Okay, anyways, let's get this done before she finds us.
Easy day.
So, big news, we have completed Scarlet. Both of us have. And due to my cousin being my cousin, I have completed Violet as well.
Good shit.
So, why does Scarlet suck? Why does Scarlet and Violet suck, and why does it not suck? We're about to answer all of those questions right now. So, number 1, the intro.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
I think, personally, this is one of my favorite intros. It's not the best, but it's one of my favorites. Like, it's simple to the point. My only gripe is that, like, you spend very little time with Mom. Like, even less than most other games.
Honestly, for me, it's only one of my favorites when they introduced the starters. I loved that. The problem I had is way too much damn dialogue. Way too damn much.
There was a lot of dialogue, but I will say this, the Headmaster Cavil, like, what a fucking baller. The first time you see him, he has a belt of Premier Balls, just like, god damn.
Oh yeah, no, I actually really like Cavil. But, yeah, no, honestly, like I said, the way they introduced the starters and how much goddamn personality they gave them, especially Fuecoco, I mean, I fell in love with that little shit.
That's the next topic. Stick to the intro right now, buddy. You'll gush in a literal second here.
But yeah, no, I think the intro is a little too drawn out for my liking, and it kind of affects my personal replay value.
It does like drag, like after you talk to Nimona, and then it's just like you head into the what's the word? You head into the cave and you do that whole fucking thing with like Koraidon. That's neat and all, but it takes a while to get through that bit every single new game.
It does, and I won't lie. For the first time playthrough, when you are going through that cave, incredible. I loved it, especially since sandwich power, baby. But
Gib sandwich. Gib
Exactly.
sandwich. I will be your friend for life. Just Gib sandwich.
pretty much, and, like, as a first time playthrough, immaculate. Anytime after that, we'll have to see.
Nice. So what's our rating out of 10 for the intro?
I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 personally.
Oh, I was gonna give it a 6 or a 6.5. I mean,
You see, first time playthrough 7, second time onward a 3.
yeah. Okay. So we'll just average it off and say 6.8.
Yeah, give or take 6 to 5. Give or
Yep,
take.
6.8 out of 10. Not the worst, but there's a lot of niggles on there that just really bring it down. All right, next topic. The starters. Do we just want to agree like 10 out of 10 here? Like easily some of the best starters like in the entire series.
You see, I would if not for one of them.
God, you're gonna hurt my child again, aren't you?
It's slander time, baby.
God
It's
damn
slander
it.
time.
It is slander time. All right, so first off, Sprigatito stands up. Cringe. Don't breathe into your mic.
Yeah, no, like, I actually don't mind Sprigatito and Meowscarada. I thought there was actually kind of a cool way to do it. I was expecting to be more disappointed when we found out it was going to be bipedal, but lit.
We talked about it during the fucking leaks. It's just like Game Freaks sweating profusely once they see all the hate for a standing Sprigatito.
Exactly. Like, honestly, it was the design that grew on me the most. Just because at first I was not a huge fan of it, and then as I actually saw it in the games, like, okay, no, that's actually lit. I like that.
Quaxolotl, like, I say it every time. I'm so glad my first Quaxolotl was a female because she grew on me. She grew on me way more being a girl than she was a boy, and I think that really skews my opinion on it because Quaxley, you know, like chat came up with all these cute things, like, you know, like she had stage fright every time she missed an attack. It was really adorable, and like, you know, it became that way. But I know for a fact that, you know, not everyone got a female, so, you know, they didn't have that. They didn't have that moment. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, ah. So I can see how bad it is, but they each have like their shining, like, divine moment where it's like, yes, this is my child now.
Yeah, no, and that's what I was going to get to. So since you brought up Quackavall and Quaxley's evolution...
It's Quackavall?
Yeah, Quackavall is the final evolution's name.
What the fuck did I say?
Like, Quaxolotl?
I don't know why I said that. I don't know why the fuck I called her that. It's Quackavall?
Now you have to name your next Quackavall that, alright?
Quaxolotl. you know, I think I hate to throw myself into the bus by saying this, but I was watching Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid a little earlier.
Ah, I see.
I think that's where I got my wires crossed.
That's fair.
God.
But
yes,
I won't...
Quackavall. Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah, like, honestly...
By the way, I want to compare nicknames. What'd you nickname your boy?
Oh, I nicknamed my Fuecoco Igneel.
I nicknamed my Quackavall Della Duck, which was Donald Duck's sister, because chat wanted me to name him Donald Duck. But I messed up, so when I went to go change his nickname, I realized it was a she, so I'm like, oh god, we can't name him Donald. And then I realized, oh yeah, Donald has a sister, Della, so we'll just name her Della Duck.
Nice.
Yeah, so, yes, go off. Just gush about Fuecoco.
I'll gush about Fuecoco and then I'll slander to the water. But...
Fucking dare, I'll fucking slander your shit-ass Croco.
Hey man, I had to break it to you, but the internet loves Fuecoco.
I know, everyone loves the dummy. But,
exactly.
I'm pretty sure more people hate Meowscarada than they do Quackavall.
I'm actually not sure about that. Like, that's very, like, don't get me wrong, Skeledirge won the 3 out of the trio. Like,
yeah,
that was
no done, but all their shinies suck as well.
And the sad part is
we'll get to that later because that's a different thing. But yeah.
Yeah, but regardless, like, Skeledirge, between its sound At first, like, I was very, like, I liked it, but I wasn't sure how much I liked it with its final evolution. But then I heard it, like, actually roar for the first time. Its moveset and the way that like, oh my god, I love that Pokemon. It honestly has probably become my new favorite starter of all time.
When I do round 2, which I'm very excited for round 2, I can't wait to actually go in with a Skeledirge. Man, I can't believe, like, unlike other Pokemon games where I'm like, oh boy, here goes round 2, I'm actually excited this time.
Oh yeah, no, like, honestly, I want to try Meowscarada next. The next time I do a playthrough as well. But, like, honestly, and I'll say this right now, it's funny because Fuecoco has the single strongest, like, matchup of any other starter in its respective region. There's only, like, 4 major fights that Skeledirge is not the right answer to. And that is the craziest thing to me. Like, he has the advantage, or at least is neutral in every single fight, minus, like, 4 important fights out of, like, the 18 in the game, which is absurd to me. So, I love that. I love that starter with all my heart. Especially his bullshit move. But with Quackaball, I'm not going to slander too much because don't get me wrong. I see where they're going with it, and I feel like if I had like a female
I was about to say like Quackaball is like set up for some bullshit, and I am here for it.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Do I think it's the worst water starter? Absolutely not. However,
it's who is our immediate toss in the fucking starter tier list?
Like, who's the worst in it?
Yeah. Who did we immediately toss to the side when it came to the water starter?
I think it was Samurai, honestly.
Oh yeah, Samurai.
No, Samurai.
No,
and,
who was it? Because Blastoise kicked the shit all the way up to Empoleon.
Yeah, honestly, the worst water starter was Popplio's evolution.
Oh god, Popplio, that's right. That was our immediate pass. Yeah, it's no Popplio.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I do like Quackaball more than I like Samurai in Popplio's line, so it is not my least favorite, but I don't think I'll ever do a playthrough using Quaxley. Like, I just, personally, it is not for me, but I will say this about the starters. This is the first time that all 3 starters are actually competitively viable, and I think that's amazing. All of them are actually good competitively, and that is insane to me to, like, even say. Because usually there's always the 1 or 2 that are dog shit.
Why didn't they name the final evolution Quaxlabamba?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you.
But that'd be a way better name because it's all about dancing.
Well, they also had Carnival in mind, so I could say Quackaball.
Yeah. Oh, that makes a lot more sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, honestly, their names are actually really good, and with how, like, they're ultimately it achieves the design they went for, and it's great. Hence why it is not my least favorite. But out of the 3, I definitely think it didn't. I would much rather Meowscarada than Skeledirge.
Yeah,
but
I mean, I have all 3 starters, and I love all of them. They're great.
Yeah. Altogether, though, honestly, this is one of those where no matter what route you go, I am not going to shit on you. All right, this is not a Meganium or a Popplio line situation where if you pick them, I'm a shit on you.
There was someone in the comments on the starter tier list video that straight up was defending Chespin through the final evolution form, or not the starter tier list, through the leak video. There was someone defending like Chespin's final evolve form in that.
A wing attack from a Pidgey will make that motherfucker see God. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. 4 times weakness to flying is horrific.
All right, then. Now, time for the final score out of 10. All right, the starters. I say 7.2. There's so much solidarity in these starters, and the small things that would get on your nerves are actually not that bad. So, and I can see an argument made for 8 out of 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah, honestly, I'm between 7 and 8 because on one hand, I think they achieved like their design and what they're meant to be.
We'll fill the average and just say 8. Because, like, yeah. I'm leaning more towards, like, you know, these are, like, some of the top-tierest starters ever, period.
Yeah, in terms of their designs, they honestly nailed that shit with what they had in mind, and honestly, it's just, the only thing that stops from being a 10 for me is just Quackaball, unfortunately. Other than that, I love these starters.
Alright, then. Next line of business, starting area and new mons. Alright, so, basically, we need to talk about the first, because it's a thing in every single Pokemon game, what do you meet on the first route, and then we talk about the rest of the new mons in the game.
Okay.
So, starting area. I think this is like one of the easily the best starting areas in a game. There are so many good Pokemon right away. You have the new Paldean Wooper. You have like the new electric type that's actually super good. You have the Flamencos. Like there are so many good Pokemon right off the bat. And if you really want to, you can go nearly anywhere at the start of the game and you can get yourself a Satire Toddle. Or like, you know, you can even, like, it'll take you a calendar year to get there, but you can also get the new Pseudo-Legendary super early. It'll suck, but it's possible, and, like, this is just, like, one of the, and ignoring the absolute hike across the continent, like, just the starting area alone, there's so many good options and so many different ways to go. And, of course, there's also Lechonk!
Oh, yeah. No, and funnily enough, speedrunners have already figured out how, because initially you couldn't explore that much of the map because there's like a gap that prevents you from making it unless you can jump. But then they found out if you go to this one spot, you throw a Pokeball, it'll at a nearby Pokemon, it'll drag you to the other side, and the entire region's available for you to explore.
Brilliant.
Like, I saw that, I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to abuse that next time. But even for a starting area, like you said, Paldean Wooper. Alright, I usually don't like Wooper. I'll be real. I am not a huge fan of Wooper and Quagsire.
I am part of the Quag clan. I love Quagsire. I think it's adorable. I always wanted a big plush of Quagsire. And now I want a big plush of, like, I want a life-size plus of Quagsire and Clodsire, because they're like some of my new favorite Pokemon.
Yeah, honestly, I loved Clodsire, and even gameplay-wise, I actually had a blast using Clodsire. I had a blast using them, but what really surprised me the most was the electric rodent. This is the first electric rodent
that's
in
viable.
Any of the recent games. Yeah, that's not only viable, but I actually enjoyed using. Like, that little shit hits like a truck.
Yeah, I'm grabbing him V2. Basically, my starter is on round 2 will be Skeledirge. I'm not even gonna bother grabbing a Lechonk, but I'm gonna grab a Palmy, a Smoliv, I'm gonna grab a Palmy, a Smoliv, a Paldean Wooper, and Fuecoco, and that'll be my round 2.
Yeah, like, honestly, all things being considered, like, this starting area was cracked out. And there's even some fan favorites, that, such as Original Bird, like you said, Flamigo. We also could get a Ralts early, a Psyduck early.
People kind of hate Flamigo, though.
Honestly, I can see why, because Flamigo makes a complete mockery of, like, the first starting areas.
Not even that, it's just, like, people don't like Flamigo because it's just, like, it's just a fucking flamingo. Like, it doesn't have extra plumage or any unique design, or it's just a flamingo.
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
I called my first one La Bamba, and then when I retired him and I got that shiny Esperada, I fucking called her the new La Bamba. I called her La Bamba Dose, and I just called her La Bamba because I'm like, yeah, I'm never using Flamigo again.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, in general, I think the Pokemon designs were great, but there's some where I'm like, Game Freak, come on. Flamigo is one of them. I still love Flamigo, don't get me wrong. But it's still one of those, I'm like, you could have done something. And fuck, make it blue for all I care.
They could have just done, like, you know, like, have Flamigo be the second evolved form and just have, like, a little tiny baby Flamigo, like, you know.
Yeah, no, like...
Flamnino, you know what I mean? And then it's Flamigo.
Shit, I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, honestly, all things considered, the starting area, awesome. It was nice and simple. A lot of room to explore. I mean, hell, before I even fought Nemona to get to the damn city, I already had like 10 fucking potions and like 30 Pokeballs without stopping at the store. I just kept grabbing shit.
Yeah. Alright, so now let's talk about the new Mons.
Oh, buddy.
So they've added a ton, and honestly, there's only like 2 or 3 Uggos in the entire roster.
Yeah, no, there really isn't that many of them where I'm like, I would not touch you with a 20-foot pole.
Like there was that weird, like, dung beetle in the desert that I'm like, okay, I'm ignoring that one. But
honestly,
you know,
it's a tumbleweed for me.
Yeah, that one made no fucking sense. I thought I was walking through and I stepped on it and there was an explosion and I'm like, oh, what I stepped on was underneath the tumbleweed, and I realized, oh, it is the tumbleweed.
Yeah, honestly, the Tumbleweed I'm not a fan of. Like, that one I didn't like.
What if it was bigger?
That's literally what they did. What if it's bigger and more full?
Yeah.
Wow, great innovation.
All right, so name 3 Uggos, like the 3 Pokemon you just think are kind of lame. For me, it's the worm, it's the dung beetle, and that one oh God, what is it?
What's
Oh
it look
God,
like?
what fucking Oh wait, no, that wasn't the Paldean region. That was of Sword Shield. Never mind.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I was about to say that weird fucking coal Pokemon there. I'm like, oh wait a minute.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I never liked his design. I just never did. I know people love him, but I just never liked it.
Oh, that's fair.
All right,
Honestly,
what are a couple Uggos for you?
right? Oddly enough, I actually so I didn't like because Rellor evolves into Rabsca. That's the Dung Beetle. I don't like Rellor, but I actually like Rabsca. So I'm gonna just keep it specific to Rellor. I'm not a fan of that. The Tumbleweed fucker, get him out. I don't like it. And then, honestly, outside of that, I'm struggling to find any other Mon that I genuinely was like, this could have been removed and I wouldn't have given it a shit.
Yeah, but like there are some Mons that I'm like, I can't imagine this game without this Mon. Like Revavroom? Oh my god, what a fucking Mon!
Oh yeah, no. Let's give an engine a face. Genius.
It is a car Pokemon. I swear to God, this game lost something by having you unable to ride the car Pokemon.
No, honestly, I would have enjoyed that. That would have been hilarious. Like, give us an option to ride Cyclizar or Revavroom. I would have been hyped.
Yeah.
Like, just kind of cycle between them. Granted, I also understand play style wise why they wouldn't. But honestly, a Pokemon that like really grew on me out of nowhere was like honestly Annihilate. Annihilate hella grew on me as I kept playing the game, just because I love the idea of every time you hit him, he's gonna smack you back harder.
Precisely.
And I love that. And not to mention the fact that it's just he is so angry they die, and I just can't but imagine that they're so angry they come back.
I was about to say, it's too angry to die. That's what's going on.
Yeah, no, like, honestly, it's just, I love Annihilate, and even, like, Palafin, while I think that, you know, they definitely should have made the evolution, I understand the 0 to Hero from Palafin, or Paladin to Palafin, there's no difference, but when you do that flip turn...
that creepy one with the fucking dolphin, is that the one we're talking about, or...?
Yeah, the dolphin, where, like, you send him out,
yeah.
you pull him back, and you send him out again, and he becomes a fucking hero. At first, I was not a huge fan of it, until I saw his stats, used him once in a battle. Holy sweet Christ.
Dude, everyone's kind of freaked out about Palafin. Like, everyone's uncomfortable with him, and I'm like, yeah, I can see why.
But even the way that a lot of these Pokemon interact with each other, such as Dondozo and Tatsugiri, oh my god, the fact that you could turn it into a 1v2, your Tatsugiri just gets eaten by your Dondozo, but you give him a ×2 stat increase to everything, is amazing. I love that. It's a unique idea, and across the board, honestly, I felt like in general, they nailed the new Pokemon. Yeah, like I said, I can only think of
there's
two.
There's a couple dumb ones, but...
Oh yeah, and just as, like, at first there was a lot of the roster, I'm like, okay, I'm not a huge fan.
Sorry about that. But like, other than that, like, really nailed it. We ready to give a rating?
Yeah, honestly,
Alright,
I'm ready.
So rating on the starting area. I'd say 9 out of 10. Like, one of the best starting areas.
I'm gonna say 8. While it's one of the better ones, there's some others I like more.
Such as?
X and Y. I like that starting area more, as well as...
Fuck, you're right. That was one of the stronger ones.
Yeah, as much as people give it, you have to admit, a great starting area. And honestly, even like Red and Blue...
There were a lot of solid Mons in fucking X and Y in that starting area, you're not wrong.
Yeah, and as well as in the Kanto region, great starting area as well, with Viridian Forest
I would say that it's like Red and Blue is more iconic than it is, like, actually really good, you know what I mean?
I liked it because you go through Viridian Forest and you can encounter a Pikachu and have a playthrough with that. You know, at the time, that was it's still like the iconic Pokemon. But back then, that was a big deal. You know, Ash with his Pikachu, now you can have one at the very beginning.
Until yellow version came out.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretend that one don't exist.
Yeah, right.
But like honestly, I think those two
have
stronger.
My original yellow version up on my shelf, sitting in a special case. It was me and my dad's. It still has our original file on it with everything.
Nice.
Like
I
I wouldn't give that up for the world.
I don't blame you, man. It's a cool little keepsake, and that's why altogether I would give the starting area an 8 out of 10. Great, not the single best, but it's up there. Some of the more phenomenal ones.
All right, now then, new Mons. I think this will be our first 10 out of 10.
Almost for me. It's almost a 10 out of 10 for me.
So
I give it like a 9.
All right, so averages in. We're looking at 8.5 out of 10 for the starting area and 9 out of 10 for the new Mons.
Yeah, like honestly, this is just one of those where like
this has been very positive at first. At first.
Yeah, which is funny considering at first I actually had relatively low expectations. It's just a game that really grew on me as I played it.
Yeah, but of course this video is called Why Scarlet and Violet Sucks and Doesn't Suck. You've heard why it doesn't suck. Now let's get on one of the parts that does suck.
There's definitely a few.
School. Okay. What a fucking nothing burger school is. Like, oh my god, it's just like there's like no reason to do any of it. I mean, you get stuff, sure, but it's just like, what's the point? Like,
yeah,
honestly, you don't need to. There's incentive, but the incentive is so invisible that everyone was like, oh yeah, by the way, there's totally stuff for doing school. And I remember chat going, there is?
Not only that, mind you, I still haven't done anything. I haven't attended a single class in the game.
I talked to the nurse more often than I took classes, and she gave me like 8 revives at the end of her quest line.
Yeah, understand, they could have removed the school, and my playthrough would not have changed. Like,
mine
the school
as well.
could have...
Like, those max revives she gave me were nice, but like, you know, that was kind of it. Also, it was nice like seeing her, you know, work up the bones to actually go ahead and actually do what the fuck she wanted to do and become a teacher instead of just wasting her life as a nurse. You know what I mean? That was fun. That was a cute little side story. But also, some of the teacher designs are just kind of weird. Like uncomfortable types of weird.
I don't mind the teacher designs. It's just my biggest problem is that there is so much dialogue you have to sit through with no fucking content behind it. And the rewards you get, you'll get more shit if you just go out and do a raid.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Like, you do a level of like 3 or level 4 raid, and you will just get literally more stuff than doing like all of like one class.
And it takes hours. Like, my roommate did it. It took him hours to go through all of it. And not to mention the school in general, where you first get there, and it's like 30 to 45 minutes of just straight pressing the A button through dialogue.
Because, okay, so you enter school, you talk to the dude, you go inside, Nimona shows you what's up, then you talk to the class, then you talk to the class again, then you talk to Nimona, then you talk to the champion, then you talk to Cavil, then you go to the lunchroom, talk to Arvin, talk to Cavil again, talk to Cassiopeia, talk to Cavil again, talk to Cavil again for the whole fucking school, and then you get to go through.
Oh, you forgot about the Team Star Grunts. You gotta
oh god, that's right, you talked to them first.
Like, all things considered, like, there was so much dialogue that alone almost, like, that alone is what reduces the replayability for me immensely, is the fact that in the first 2 hours of gameplay, you're spending probably an hour to an hour and a half of that mashing the goddamn A button.
Let me actually look. Let me write this down and look. Hang on. I don't know. I mean, she's technically the student council president, so I'm goes to the Paldia region. Burn. We are 3 hours 19 minutes in before you finally get the okay to go. I mean, that's there's a starting area before that, and I took a lot of time in the starting area to get my Pokemon. I took like maybe 40, almost 50 minutes in the starting area. But taking off 50 minutes, that's like nearly 2.5 hours.
Yep,
you know what I mean?
About 2.5 hours that you're just mashing the A button. And like I said, if they cut that even in half to where it's an hour, I still wouldn't be ecstatic, but I'd be much happier. Like, that's why I honestly say the biggest drawback of this game, in regards to the school, especially, is the sheer amount of forced dialogue. You can't skip it. You have to sit through it. If they even had a skip function, I'd be hyped.
Talk to Nimona, now talk to Arvin, now talk to Cassiopeia, now we'll have Arvin and Nimona fucking pipe in about who the fuck's Cassiopeia. Now talk to Cavil disguised as Clive, now talk to Cassiopeia again, now talk to the It's like, oh my god!
Yeah, no, there is way too much dialogue for the beginning of the game, where, like, and the worst part is, it's not even like, oh, well, you actually got to beat, like, your first gym, your second gym, and then you go through this. No, this is before you do anything. You encountered one route, and then you sit through that fog fest.
Yeah, exactly. Like, okay, let's say at a minimum, you streamline everything. You don't do the big starting area expanse. You just grab your starter and you go. You beeline it. You don't do any trainer fights. You have Koraidon and your starter. We're still looking at like an hour and like 40,
and like an
hour 40, an hour 30 of dialogue. Like, that's too much.
And that's you doing absolutely nothing except like your name, picking your starter, and running.
Like you go your name, you go default, you grab your starter, and you fucking bolt. You rush. That's like an hour of like fucking dialogue, an hour 20 at least. Like if you're beelining it, and like, you know, and it's hard to beeline in a Pokemon game because they want you to like do other stuff. It's hard to ignore all the bright colors and the magical spark effects. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like honestly, if they just reduced that or at least gave you the option to skip it, I would rate the game at default significantly higher. And it's just that's the one thing that concerns me is every generation there's more and more dialogue. Like, that's actually why I refuse to replay Sun and Moon, is the sheer amount of hand-holding and all the dialogue in it. I will never replay Sun and Moon. It is my least favorite dialogue.
The game you spend the most time with Mom is one of the games that, like, has the, like, least replayability.
Yeah, it's just horrific. Sword and Shield, still an absurd amount of dialogue, but less hand-holding. This one, there's like, no hand-holding whatsoever, but they absurd amount of dialogue. It's just what drives me up a wall.
Precise.
Again, if first playthrough, I'll watch through it. Second playthrough, let me skip it. Please, for the love of God, let me skip it. Like,
I'm in the same boat, man. Like, you know, but we do have many other topics to get to. So,
yeah.
How about we give our final rating here?
1.
I give the school. Thanks for cutting me off, asshole.
I'm sorry.
I thought it was apparent that I go first, that you go. What the fuck?
I'm just so disappointed in the school I had to drop in.
I give school a 3 out of 10. I can't completely fail it because there are some, like, there are like 4 or 5 cool things to do in the school. But it's just so, like, ugh, that I can't give it higher than 3.
Honestly,
accounting for averages, that brings it to 2.5.
Put it up to 3 as well for me, because like the end game does at least provide something of relevance, and the school does look cool. But that's it. It's the aesthetic and the end game of it. Is
then
what
we give school a 3 out of 10.
Yeah, everything else pointless. Remove it.
All right. So on a, let's hope, brighter note, the Pokemon Center design, because that's always important. So the Pokemon Center and the store designs and, like, you know, building designs, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Like town. I should have just named this section town design, really.
Well, yeah, we'll just do like town and Poke Centers.
Oh
together.
wait, no, that's right. Region is the when we talk about the. All right, sorry. Yeah. Pokemon Center design is its own thing.
Okay.
My bad. All right. Anyways, so Pokemon Center designs. The Pokemon Center and the shop is now a fucking gas station, like, stop, like an actual legit Pokestop, and I'm not completely against it. It's an open world Pokemon game, and, like, you know, having a Pokemon Center be out there is, like, it's nice. I also find, like, the TM machines kind of cracked. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, like, honestly, I actually love that it's in the open like that. That's actually, like, these are my single favorite most favorite Pokemon Centers, just because they're out in the open. You don't have to waste time going inside. Waste time pulling out your bike, and when you talk to them, you, like, everything's right there. It is so convenient, so quick. I love it, because I don't want to spend a lot of time in Poke Centers, and so I like just being in and out quickly. And as for, like, the TMs, I like it just because of the fact that it's not towards the end of the game. It is easy to get more. Like it really just takes you no time to make another TM.
It really does.
I will say, however, during the playthrough, whole different story. You basically either find it or you don't get it. It is that simple. With the TMs, and so that's kind of where that's where it has some drawback for me personally, is that you don't get access to really any TMs during your playthrough unless you find it. Or unless you're already KOing everything that can walk in your area during your playthrough.
Precisely.
But ultimately, I think they did a really great job, and I just love the idea of where everyone's out riding on Cyclozars, you're on Koraidon/Miraidon. You just pull up to it, heal your mons, and go. Like, I love that idea, and honestly, I hope they keep it going. It reduces, you don't think how much time you save until you, like, put in it, like, I'm already over 200 hours. And
dude, this is a legit, like, good decision on Game Freak's. Like, you know, Game Freak's, like I hate to say it, because I don't want to give those fuckers any credit, but it feels like Game Freak finally listened to the fan base.
Oh yeah, I mean, when I was doing the math, on average,
fucking finally! It took how many years for them to actually listen to the fans and make changes to their stupid fucking game, but they actually made some positive changes to Pokemon. I know, I can't fucking believe it.
Yeah, like, especially for me personally, I did the math. On average in every game, when you count for loading, entering, and exiting a Poké Center, it's about 5 seconds. Every 20 stops is an extra minute added onto my playthrough. I average hundreds. So I could end up spending hours just waiting for it to load to get me in and out of a damn Poké Center that I had no choice but to go to at one point. And so, like, I like the time saver aspect. Even though it's minute, I like saving time where I can.
Alright, now then, the shop designs. A lot of the shops are just menus, honestly. You don't get to see the interiors, sadly. And, I kind of don't like that because back in Sword and Shield, every shop had a unique design. And there are way more shops in here, so I would have liked to see more interiors. But the content of the shops is way better. Like, oh my god, there are so many cool shops now.
Yeah, no, I actually really like the exterior.
There's actually an auction yard, and how fucking cool is that?
I love the auction yard. My gambling ass loves it.
Dude. Of course because your gambling ass loves it, you fucking god. I'm never taking you to any of the casinos up here.
Bullshit. Yeah, like, honestly,
you're not playing with my money.
Hey, you might make it big, man. Who knows? But, like, honestly, like, yeah, the shops, while I don't mind
because I'm probably gonna have to drive you up there, I'll take 5%. How about that?
Alright, bet we'll do 5% of the winnings.
I'll increase it to 10. Don't you fucking tempt me.
Oh,
okay,
good times.
Okay.
But, like, yeah,
all
honestly, the exterior of the shops, I love them. While I personally I don't really care too much about the interior.
You know me, I'm all about aesthetics. Like, there's only like 2 or 3 interior shops, but the content of the shops, oh my god, like,
oh yeah,
they just sell battle items now. Now you don't have to climb a mountain on a Tuesday morning, wait 50 minutes, and have a fucking Florego in your fucking party just to get this one item.
Or even better, you don't have to sit through like the Battle Frontier, grind for hours.
Don't you talk shit about the Battle Frontier. It's our fucking theme song, Red.
Hey, like I said, the Battle Frontier itself is awesome. It's just the way you got to get items and how you have to sit through. Like, if your intention is to get the items, it is a nightmare fuel, especially if I just don't want to sit through it. Especially Sun and Moon, dude. To get like 40 battle points, it would take like 2 hours of gameplay just to get that. And most items cost like anywhere from 50 to 200. So it would take you forever just to get one item. And I make a lot of team. I am not going to sit there and cycle through all my items.
Fair enough.
Whereas I could just buy them.
Anyways. All right. So, again, another thing we have to do is, since we're talking about design and stuff, we have to talk about, ooh, goody, we have to get to talk about the music. Oh, hang on, shit, that's right. We haven't given our fucking things yet, our fucking scores. All right, what do we give our scores for the center designs and shop designs and content of said shops?
Honestly, that's a bit of a tough call.
I want to say 8 out of 10. I love the new Pokemon the Pokemon Center animation, because you get to, it's your balls, it's the Pokemon. It's just very clear, it's very nice, it's very, very slick, and I dig it. The design of the shops are all meh, so they kind of look the same, and there's not a lot with interiors. But, like, I will say, the content of the shops, like, knock it out of the park. And the auction yard, fucking amazing. So I say 8 out of 10. The 2 points come from the fact that not a lot of shops have interiors.
I'm going to say 8 out of 10 as well, but my reasoning is more along the lines of, like, I wish there was a directory to tell you what shop sells what, rather than me having to look online or go from place to place, because not all shops sell the same shit. You know, in terms of the Delibird Express in the main city will sell some shit, but then the Delibird in Lavencia will sell other shit. You know, like, if there's a type of directory, or if they just all sold the same stuff, I've upped that rating, but I have to memorize what sells what or look it up to figure out. So that's what draws it down for me.
All right, let's see here. What is our next topic? The music. Are we just gonna? I'm just gonna fucking no reasoning, no anything here. Like, honestly, 10 out of 10. This is like some of the best music in the entire series. Like, easily. Like, it's no like. I mean, okay, look, Gen 5 has, like, some of the best music, period. No, Gen 5 has the best music, period. You know what I mean? But if we had to make a close second, like, this game is, like, easily, like, the second best in the entire series. I'm willing to throw Hoenn under the bus. I like the music in this one so much.
Like, honestly, the only, like, OST that really stuck out to me was the very final battle against the AI. Like, that one, I like that song. But
dude,
altogether,
the city tracks, though, they're so legit. They're so just nice. And, like, you know, a lot of the battle tracks, there's diegetic music now. You know what I mean? And there's, like, you know, there's, not diegetic. There's, what's the word? Active music? No. Fuck. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say, like, this is a bad soundtrack. No, in fact, I think it's incredible. It's just, I personally like Sword and Shields more. I liked it's good in the factor of, like, I wasn't incredibly annoyed by all of it, except for the cities. I did not like the city soundtrack very much. It started to get on my nerves. So I muted most of the music. But altogether, good soundtrack. Just nothing really sticks out to me outside the last soundtrack of the final battle. And then, honestly, I think Sword and Shield, Gen 5, and some Gen 4 tracks are better.
Wow.
But altogether, I would still give this a solid, like, 7 out of 10, personally.
All right, so I said, so the average, 7 to 10.
About 8.5.
8.5, 8.9. Well, it's really good, dude.
Oh, believe me, I don't doubt it. It's just not my thing.
All right. Next on the list, oh goody, Team Star. I'm just gonna say this right now. What a bunch of fucking nerds, but at least they're actually committing crime.
Yeah, we returned back a little bit. Not a lot, but at least we got something.
It's not much, but they're still making illegal vehicles, driving without driver's license, and they're setting up, like, feudal villages. Like, there's more crime here than Team Skull, and that's saying something.
Yeah, no, Team Skull and TVL
their whole Hasta La Vista thing is super fucking lame without the effects, but at least they have something going for them. At least, like, you know, I mean, Team Yell was literally a bunch of drunk soccer hooligans. And they had, like, their own town, yeah. But these motherfuckers are, like, going through active terrorism. Like,
imagine getting bullied into terrorism.
Bullied into you said that on stream, you piece of shit.
Am I wrong?
You got me then, and you got me now, you bastard.
Yeah, like, honestly, like, I like the idea of the bases. I actually really love that.
Like, there's a lot here, and I can't believe they were super lame, but they're also, like, at least they're doing something. Unlike Team Skull, where the most seething thing they did was steal a fucking sign.
And honestly, not to mention, like, the idea of, like, each of the, like, I guess, bosses, they're almost like a gym leader. They each have, like, their type specialty. I love that. As well as, like, the big thing, well, I didn't care too much about running around and KOing 30 Pokemon to fight them. It's like, my God, I can one-shot everything in here already.
It was all
regardless,
right when you really think about it. It wasn't the worst.
It wasn't the worst. That's why I'm not saying it's bad.
It wasn't the fire gym in Sword and Shield.
But the last one, we had to do it for like 30 Pokemon, and I had to run around, and I could not find the last one to save my life.
Really? I had no problem.
I just couldn't find it. My colorblind ass couldn't see the damn thing. But
you know, I get that you're struggling because you're colorblind, but like you're colorblind at like the worst times. You know that?
Hey man, it's not my fault that there's some colors that are similar to others, and that because of that, I can't distinguish them apart.
Dude, have you seen the colorblind mode for God of War?
No, and it sounds horrific.
Dude, it's nuts. So all the models are highlighted a specific color. Like Artreus is highlighted a specific color, Kratos is highlighted a specific color, and all the enemies are highlighted, but they're like solid, like mono-colored models. It's crazy.
I'll have to take a look at that, because the problem is colorblind mode really doesn't do anything to help, just because of how specific my colorblindness is.
No, trust me, dude. There's like 8 different degrees of colorblind modes for God of War Ragnarok. It's nuts.
All right, I'll have to check it out one of these days.
Yeah, but anyways, going back to whatever.
I will also say I appreciate that some of these guys were assuming you stuck to like traditionally, like a traditional level route. They were a challenge. Like none of them were really a massive pushover.
The one fire chick with the boots honestly threw me through a loop because like she had a Sunny Day boosted Torkoal. I'm like, oh no, a Sunny Day boosted Torkoal, and then it almost one shot of my water type. I'm like, hang on a second, that's not right.
I'm in danger.
Like I wasn't ready for them to actually be competent. You know what I mean?
Honestly, the fighting one gave me a bit of grief because I'm like, 4 out of 6 of my mons are weak to fighting.
Giant, do you remember being on stream when I fought her? Like Giant Dad had to bail us out, and I had to pop so many X attacks and X defenses. It was so close, and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, no, like honestly, I appreciate they actually brought some difficulty, because aside from this, like honestly, the last one, he wasn't difficult. Bring a fairy type, done. To deal with Guzma, bring a flying type, done. Easy. These guys, you could not just bring one mon and sweep them.
Like when your team is starting to remind me of the Rainbow Rocket fight, you know you're doing something right.
Oh my god, the Rainbow Rocket, that's the one good thing in Sun and Moon. I loved it.
Yeah.
But honestly, yeah, like
I'm still a proud member of Team Retro Rocket.
In general, like I honestly do think that they did Team Star great. Cringy, but great.
Yeah.
That's how I best describe them.
Cringe was just barely like at acceptable levels. So, you know, like which is amazing because cringe is like quantifiable down to like the nanomite. Like, you know, like cringe, you know when you've gotten too much. So the fact that they had just enough to squeak by the sensors is amazing.
Yeah, honestly, all I want now is give me a true, genuine, evil-ass team in Generation 10. That's all I ask. Give me some right-up assholes. That's what I want. We haven't had
like proper bad guys for a while.
As far as
I guess this is like the first team since for a long time that were the proper bad guys.
Yeah, because honestly, Gen 6 was the last time where like the evil team, quotation marks, was the actual antagonist. And that's because of Lysander and Team Flare in X and Y. That was the last like actual evil team. Everything else has just been a minor annoyance.
Alright guys, everything went to shit. I'm gonna go die in a castle. See you later.
Like, that man was willing to on-site the entirety of the world.
And he died in a fucking castle.
And then Guzma is just, I'm just here to vibe, and my Goonies are just they're dropping the gritty on people. That's all they're doing, you know? That's all his Goonies are doing, dropping the gritty on people.
Roin, hit the yoinky spiky! Oh yeah!
And then you got Team Yell, where they're just the drunken sports fans that just shout at you if you don't agree with them.
I'm fucking dying here. Fucking hit the gritty on people. Is gritty a verb now?
I don't know, man. I hear the new kids saying that on TikTok all the time, and I see the Fortnite dance. I assume that's a verb.
I thought it was the yoinky spoinky or whatever the fuck.
I don't know, but you can't tell me that. That sounds right to me. They just hit the gritty on people. Like, that sounds right to me.
The first time I saw the word hit the gritty was this short, like, 5-second video of, like, it was just like a to-the-point video. Joker kicks a dude in the balls, hits the gritty, and dies.
Yes, I remember seeing that. Oh, God. But, like, we at least have...
What kills me, what's so funny to me, because I could literally imagine Guzma just being so pissed off at the player character. It's like, quick, hit the gritty on him! Because that's totally something he would say.
Exactly, and, like, honestly, across the board, this evil team is a vast improvement on the last two, even though they're not even necessarily evil, but... they at least stick out. Like, I'll actually remember this fucking team more than just being a nuisance.
Exactly.
And I actually had fun battling them.
Alright, yes. So, final scores. 8 out of 10 for me.
Honestly, same. I give them an 8. If they just were actually evil, that'd be a 10 and a little less cringe. That's the only 2 points I'd dock them for.
That fucking joke got me, man. I don't know why it's so funny to me. I think it's because I'm a very, very visual thinker. So I see Guzma literally doing the fucking, like, Guzma, like, sticking his arm up to the sky and pointing and just hit the gritty.
Oh my god. Oh, that's funny. Alright, what we got next on the docket?
Okay, now then, we talk about characters. Alright, first on the character things. Arven. Alright, I just want to cut to the point. I hated Arven at first, but he grew on me super quickly.
Same. Like,
I think despite the fact that it's kind of stupid that he's doing all this bullshit for a dog, but it's like, you know, I appreciate how determined he is. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah, Arven, you get to sit at the cool kid table. You get to come to the crater with us.
Yeah, honestly, at first, I was not a fan of him. I'm like, why am I even bothering doing this? And after he pulled out Mabo Stiff, I'm like, fuck, I want one too. And I'll be real, like, dude, I don't blame him because when I had 2 dogs that got attacked by labs,
if I could fucking bring Bree back from, like, the brink, if I could have brought her back from the brink by getting some magic, like, herbs from China, I'd fucking do it. She deserved it.
Oh yeah, no, at a young age, I fought off 2 fucking labs to help keep my little dog safe. And so I understand what the guy's going through to save his Mabo Stiff. And so because of that, I'm like, bro, I feel you. Fuck, I appreciate you now. I hated your guts at first. You were one of my least favorite right off the rip. And he grew on me so fast. Not to mention, he's an actual helpful NPC for Christ's sake.
Yeah, not bad. All right, let's give our final score.
Honestly, I give him an 8.
I'm same. Actually, I give him a 7.
Like, the biggest
his design's kind of meh. They could have done a little bit more because it's, you know what I mean.
I mean, I feel like that.
I think the problem is, like, you know, the problem is we'll get to it later. The fashion, which is after the characters.
Yeah, but I won't lie. Like, I would give him a 7, but his final battle that you have with him caught me off guard. That sideswiped the shit out of me.
Dude, when he used Stealth Rock, I was like, oh, this is a real fight. They want me to actually try. So, yeah, you're right. That is an 8 out of 10. You're right, because I forgot that he was competent enough to use Stealth Rock. And any NPC that's smart enough to pull that bullshit, I'm like, you have my respect.
Like,
even though I hate competitive bullshit Pokemon, but yes.
It doesn't help. I was 10 levels under leveled for that,
nice.
So I had to try hard.
All right, so then next character, Penny. I don't know how I feel about this character. I don't feel positive or negative one way or the other very much. I just think she's so just like
Bland?
I saw the fucking, you know, the reveal that she'd be Cassiopeia from a mile away. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
no,
it wasn't hard to guess. You know what I mean?
I mean, the fact that she conveniently kept showing up exactly where you were after you completed it, or how they put all this effort.
Another thing I don't like is the whole, like, oh yeah, I'm a hacker. I can just hack shit, and it's just like, I hate that concept of people, because, like, no one knows what actual computer hacking looks like, so they just use fucking Matrix bullshit. Just mash the computer keys, I'm in. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I'm not against that. The aspect of her I don't like is how blatantly obvious they make that she's going to play an important role.
She's too
like,
fucking, like, okay, so here's how they could have done that, right? If she, like, looked like a normal student, they probably could have done that. And it could have been like, you know, oh, you saved this girl from Team Star, but she looks kind of, I don't know. But, like, you know, if she wasn't allowed to wear her own clothes, which no one else gets to do.
Exactly!
Like, you drew too much attention to her. If she just had the Eevee backpack and was wearing a school uniform, I probably wouldn't have suspected her right away. But the fact that it was just so obvious just kind of irked me. There was nothing there.
And don't forget, like,
Clive, though, was hilarious the first time I saw him. I was like, no way.
That was pretty funny. But I will say this.
What is this man's name? Mr. Walksabout. Clive. Mr. Cavill.
I did find that funny. But, like, honestly, the problem is that they put too much effort into her aesthetic and then did nothing with her until you know, anytime you happen to do Team Star, where she just happened to show up after you're called with Cassiopeia, or at the very end when she finally announced, yeah, it's me. Like, give her some relevance. That way we can be like, oh, she's actually too busy doing this to be Cassiopeia.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but I just got sent something.
Oh, yeah?
I sent a thing to my cousin, like, not right now, we're doing the fucking Pokemon thing for Scarlet, and he's like, oh yeah, the game where you have the Wandering Legendary Nimona.
Damn. Damn.
Fucking hell.
Oh my god.
Oh,
but yeah, honestly, like, I don't know, like, and not to mention, I'm getting sick and tired of them constantly doing an Eevee trainer with no damn new evolutions. When I first saw her, I got so excited. I thought we were gonna get a new evolution.
Same.
Didn't.
I thought the new evolution would be her ace, and it'd be like, yeah, you know what I mean? But no. Fucking
like,
Game Freak's too scared.
If you're gonna, I swear to God, if we get one more Eevee trainer with no new evolution, I'm gonna lose my shit because I'm sick and tired of fighting this.
I kind of expected like a primal Eevee. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fuck! Give me a Paradox Eevee. That would have been lit.
Yeah,
make it a fighting type if it's past, and like a steel type for the future. Yeah, shit.
That's what I thought was gonna happen first. I'm like, there's probably gonna be a steel type Eevee and then like a fighting type Eevee for the primal or whatever have you. And then I realized, it's kind of dumb, but it never happened. Maybe maybe DLC. Maybe, you know what? It's probably DLC.
I mean, I'm gonna keep my expectations low. I'll be real with you. I'm hoping, much like you, but I'm gonna keep my shit real low.
Yeah, it's not. You know what I mean? But anyways, Penny's final score. I give her a 6.5. Or no, it's 7.2. Her design's cute. It wasn't very obvious, so I give her a 6.9.
I'm going to give
her... She's not terrible. Like, her story presence is terrible, but her character-wise, she's passable, and she's alright. You know, she had some good lines in the crater. 7.3.
I'm gonna give her a 6, honestly, just because I'm sick of seeing the new Eevee trainers over and over, and much like what you said, it was pretty obvious from the beginning, especially when she was part of no other plot except that, and she just
maybe if we knew what the leader of Team Star looked like we just had a silhouette, and then you had this reveal, she took a hat off, or she did her hair a certain way, and then she took off her uniform and put on her Team Star uniform. That would have been a cool moment, but I'd
have been cool with that. Honestly, I would have liked her so much more because of that, but...
if we had, the silhouette of the boss, and that's all we knew about the boss, And then so like, you know, like she puts her hair up or like she does something to her hair so it like spikes up or something. And then like, you know, she like puts on a uniform and like not a school uniform, but like a star uniform. Like I said, that would have been cool, but no. It was just kind of meh.
Yeah, I definitely feel that she did not live up to my expectations. So I'm gonna have to go with a 6 on this.
Average, accounting for average, we're at about 6.7. Give or take 2 points of error.
I mean, that's kind of like all of them across the board.
All right. So, kind of Nemona.
I might have a bit of a hot take.
Same here. I don't know, like, exactly, because there's a lot of different opinions of Nemona, honestly. And there are a lot of different takes on her. Like, some people say, like, she's creepily stalking and grooming this kid to be, like, her next, like, thing, and I'm like, okay, that's taking it a bit far. And then there are other things where it's like, you know, I like the portrayal of her as she's literally just battle obsessed, but still kind of obsessed. Like, you know, I don't like everyone trying to push the fact that she's a yandere and she wants to kill everyone. Like, you know, like, I'm just like, there are way too many different takes on Nemona. So I think the best way to do this is just to give our personal takes.
Yeah,
I'll go first. So my personal take of Nemona. She's clingy and overly excited to finally have someone that she can battle with. And granted, she is a bit stalkerish, but it's more of the playful kind of like, you know, like, I'm doing this from afar because I just want to see, you know what I mean? Like, I want to have someone else I can, like, you know, fight on the reg again. You know what I mean? Because she's at the top and she has to stop, and that's what's bothering her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I choose to think more positive of it. Also, I think her music is amazing. I think her design's cool. I really like Nemona. I hope she's, you know, she becomes like a standout character in the future. I personally, you know, I think positively of her. Whenever I see Nemona, I'm kind of like, but at the same time, you know, she's positive enough. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
She did bust the door down to our first bunker, though, so that's gonna lose her like a point. That door was expensive, man.
I don't blame you, man. It's a bitch to install doors. Fucking, so, for me personally of her, I like her on the idea that she is supposed to be a constant competitive threat. Throughout the entirety of the game, you will never know when you encounter her. She's meant to keep you on your toes, make sure your team is up to par with the certain areas you're in. Like, she's kind of a good little, like, gate to remind you, like,
I kind of do wish they did the Majima Everywhere system where she would just appear, like even more ridiculously. Like, can you imagine you're just riding out in the middle of the ocean with Koraidon, and then all of a sudden Nemona's like, oh, hey! Weird that we met out in the middle of the ocean today. Since I'm here, want to battle? Like, that would have been amazing. I hope that's, like, DLC and they have the Nemona Everywhere system.
That would be pretty funny. And I like what you said. The other thing I really like about her is the fact that she's already the champion. Like, this is not one of those, it's not like Red and Blue where, you know, Blue has beaten all the fucking Elite Four members just before you got there, and then you're fighting them. No, she's been the champion since the beginning. She's just choosing to go through it all because she can, and she gets excited to see you get stronger, and that's kind of what I feel like anytime I coach someone through competitive, where I get to see them grow. So I feel a bit of myself, you know, in her, where she's kind of coaching you and watching you from a distance and partaking in battles.
I can feel that 100% because whenever I take a boon under my wing in Monster Hunter, it's always nice to see them really get into the groove of a monster hunt and really just finally understand the mechanics of, like, you know, how a hunt is supposed to go, and really finally feel that the grips of the weapon, and just, like, you know, it's no more having to double check on them, on their positioning or anything. They're just doing the hunt. It's very, very proud moment.
Exactly, and not to mention, like, her final battle.
For just to clear up, like, you know, what the gamer lingo is, like, boons in Monster Hunter are just what we refer to as noobs because, you know, it's
noobs are censored.
It's kind of dumb, but in certain Monster Hunter games, the word noob is censored.
We'd love to see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, like I actually personally really like her. I think the internet's really weird about how they're going about her personally. In some instances, I think it's borderline creepy how the internet's choosing to view her.
People who are into yanderes in general, like, have problems, in my opinion.
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
And their justification is like, oh, the crazy makes it better. The fact that she would murder someone if I talk to them, I'm like, bruh, you have fucking problems. Like,
yeah,
why would you want someone to murder someone else? That's not cool.
Yeah, no, that is actually a mental illness at this point. But, like, honestly, across the board, like, I actually really like her, and I think the internet kind of villainized her and perverted her is a good way I could put it. But outside of that,
the one that kills me is this one comic where Nemona's talking to the mom, and she's like, yeah, so basically I'm getting married to your kid. I'm like, no, that's not how it was. What the fuck is wrong with people?
Now, do I see a future where that could be a case? Like, say if our character was aged up, so they might have possibly gotten together in the future? Sure, I see that absolutely.
That would be very cute. That'd be very cute. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's not the timeline we're in right now.
Yeah, exactly. We're like 13 years old. Come on, guys.
And it's still unknown how old Nemona is. It just says young adult, so it's like, okay, she's clearly not an 16. She's clearly not an adult.
Yeah, I assume like 16, where you're like 13, 14. That's the way I see it, at least. I could be wrong, but that's my assumption.
But honestly, since we're on that topic, dude, what the fuck is wrong with some of the trainers you meet out and they're still in school uniforms? I'm just like, you're not a child.
Oh yeah, such as the really old guy in a school uniform, where I'm like, bro, I'm pretty sure you were in Jesus Christ's second grade class.
Nice. Nice. I'm sorry, I just remembered that one time I was in a church thing, and they were role playing like the nativity scene, and one of them, it's absolute based child.
Oh my
so
God.
they were this fucking child. He's playing the innkeeper, right? And he fucking calls Mary and Joseph, "You hillbillies from Nazareth."
Oh my God.
Fucking legend. Oh God, I don't know why, but that just unlocked that memory for me.
That's pretty funny. But yeah.
just calling Joseph and Mary, "You hillbillies from Nazareth."
Honestly, in general, I think she's one of the best rivals we've had in a hot minute.
Top tier.
While I would prefer her to be an asshole, I like her in general just because of who she actually, like, she's a different take on the rival aesthetic. Rather than just someone who's your equal, she's someone who clearly knows more, who's more experienced, and has already done the journey that you're currently doing, and she's just taking you under her wing. I love that they chose to go that route with your quote-unquote rival.
Better than Hop and Bade, though. I dare say yes.
Like, okay, I don't think better, just different, because Hop was your equal. I mean, hell, he got the other legend.
Yes, like, Hop is your equal, but Nemona is your better. You know what I mean?
Was.
Fair enough, because she does pull the full restart. You know what I mean? But I'm pretty certain if Nemona, like, used a lot of the Pokemons in her other box, she could wipe the floor with you. But Nemona is like Thor. She lives for the battle. You know what I mean? The love for the battle.
I mean, I was under the impression the final battle was her using, like, everything she had. And that's at least how I got it. I was like, that's supposed to be you showing that you've surpassed her. You are no longer her, like, protege. Instead, you are the one that has taken everything that she's kind of helped to teach you through I picture kind of like a disciplinary ass whooping.
Yeah.
You took those teachings that she gave you through those battles to improve yourself. And the final battle is supposed to represent when you finally surpass her. Whereas, like, Hop, I like how they made him be more of, like, he realizes that, you know, I'm not actually that much of a battler. That's just not who I am. And instead, he's like, I want to be a professor instead. And for God's sake, of all things to be a professor of while having a legendary shield hero as a Pokemon, I mean, Christ almighty.
Canonically, Hop figures out how to Dynamax and Mega Evolve Pokemon, so he's a smart fucking kid. The fact that that's canonically true, they figured out how to combine Mega Evolutions and Dynamaxing.
Yeah, no, and in terms of, like, sheer canonical strength, Hop and Leon are some of the single, like, strongest trainers to have ever lived in Pokemon.
Yeah.
Which I find funny that he thinks he's not good at battles.
Not the most prolific, because, like, you know, out of all of them, the one, huh?
Cynthia and Red.
I would say more like Cynthia, Red, and Brandon. You know what I mean?
Brandon's up there. I would say Ethan, though, from Gen 2, because canonically he fought Red. Like, he's one of the few people to have ever actually fought Red, and we just don't actually know the outcome.
Yeah, but, like, you know, the most prolific Pokemon trainers, you have Red, you have Brandon, you have Cynthia, right?
Yeah, they're not, like, that prolific, but honestly, Hop and Leon are canonically some of the strongest trainers to have ever existed. And honestly, that's where I like them from a different take. Like, honestly, I don't have a preference between Hop and Nimona. I think Nimona has more personality, but I also love what Hop was supposed to represent. Like, I like they're making the rivals be just more than just, oh, we're best friends that we battle and, you know, both our goals are the fucking same. No. These last two are different, and I love that. So, honestly, I really do like Nimona.
So, final score.
What would you give her?
Honestly, like, she's top tier, I say. I give her 8.5 to 9. Depends on my mood. But yeah, she's top tier. I really dig her.
I would give her an 8 just because aesthetically wise, granted, again, we're going to get into that later, the fashion. She doesn't really stick out very much, and then she does tend to show up at random intervals rather than just being out in the area. That's the only two things I dock her on. Otherwise, everything else she is, I love.
Precise. All right.
So,
wait, what was your score?
I gave her an 8 out of 10.
Fair. All right. Fashion. This game struggles. This game struggles. Let's just give our ratings right now. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking, like, straight down the middle. 5.
4. Like,
hey, they give you 3 school uniforms to work with: a spring uniform, a fall uniform, and a normal uniform.
Don't forget the winter one.
Oh yeah, so they give you one for each season, right? And they're okay, but you have very little fashion options. You get gloves, you get boots, and you get your hat. That's it. And yes, they have the option for helmets now, which is awesome because helmets are cool. And I have to say, I give it a 5 out of 10, actually, because, you know, there's a Daft Punk helmet, and me being me, anything Daft Punk, I'm just like, yeah, that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I rock with the biker helmet.
Yeah. But, yeah, I will say 5.5.
Yeah, it's a straight 4 for me. Like, I like the helmets.
Average sticks it at a 5 down the middle.
Yeah, honestly, I hope the DLC they include more, like, fashion, because that's half the fun, is, like, designing your character your own. And where, like, especially when Penny can walk around just how the fuck she wants, all of Team Star just how the hell they want, but we can't. That's some bullshit.
Yeah. All right, Koraidon and Miraidon.
Woo!
Solid box legendaries, honestly. Like, I dig them. They're super legit. Like,
oh my god.
Easily some of the best designed legendaries we've had for a while. Like,
no kidding, dude.
Like, oh my god. Like, their signatures, cash. You know what I mean? Primal Sun, like, super cool ability.
Not
also,
to mention,
very expressive and very, very just enjoyable to be around. And their noises and cries, they're lovable. They're very, very just top tier. I still don't like Miraidon's design because I don't like the jet engines that are just stapled to his body. If it was just the wheels, I probably would have gotten Violet, but, you know.
Honestly, my biggest gripe is he has no damn legs. If they gave Miraidon legs, I would have liked him more.
Yeah, that too. I don't like the fact that my boy doesn't have legs.
Yeah, give my man legs. But, like, honestly, Koraidon, I love the more primal aesthetic that he's got. I
keep telling everyone, man, feather crowns are just cool no matter what culture you're in. It's just kind of a shame that, you know, like, okay, so I tried to apply for one with the Native Americans, like I'm with, you know what I mean? I tried to
Yeah.
apply for one. I got slapped down so hard, it's not even fucking funny. But they look amazing, though.
Yeah, no, they are dope. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, all official things aside, I think they look amazing.
I won't say, like, you know, I guess I'm allowed to say this because I am native, but, I got to wear one once, like, at a powwow, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the fuck it is, but I just remember wearing it, and I was like, holy shit! I feel like I could do literally anything right now. You know what I mean? It was such an amazing feeling, and I'm just like, damn. Like, it's also kind of an imposing feeling. It makes you feel bigger. And that's exactly what Koraidon is. Like, with the feathers, he looks amazingly bigger. Like, oh my god, when he stands up for the first time in the cave, it's like, holy shit! This is
That's
the
a big
dude.
boy.
This is the dude. Like,
Not to mention, like, his signature move being called Collision Course, and he just Sonic rams your ass. Oh!
I find it funny because it's collision cores, but he turns himself into a meteor. They should have called it. They should have called it KT Strike.
I mean, he just does like the Sonic roll where he becomes a tire and just rams into you and comes back for round 2. Like, honestly,
Yeppa-dee-dee-dee, no shit, I said it wrong. Yeppa-dee-dee-doo, I'm back for round 2.
yeah, like, honestly, the craziest thing is about these legends, and it's something that a lot of people don't realize. In their respective fields, you know, such as his Primordial Sun and Miraidon's, like, Electric Surge, their signature moves get a boost of power in that. Pair that with the fact that their moves that they're super effective, being electric and fighting, actually solid typing offensive movesets, also get a bonus if they're super effective. Like, these motherfuckers hit like a truck. In fact, they hit harder than Zacian did, just because of the sheer number of multipliers added on right off the bat.
Didn't these who got banned immediately, like day one from what do you call it, Smogan?
Well, both of them got banned straight to Ubers, which that's to be expected. I don't think either of them will be banned to anything goes, just because their typing is the one thing that keeps them weaker than Zacian, in my opinion. Their damage output, higher. It's their defensive upfronts that are not that great, considering Koraidon's ×4 weak to fairy, and Miraidon is weak to ground, a very common offensive move.
Very common.
Because of Earthquake. Yeah, due to Earthquake, it is incredibly common, so I think that's what's keeping them in check. Whereas Zacian, you know, he's just built different in that front, but these two hit harder than Zacian, which is crazy. I never thought I'd see that. But the biggest thing of all is, like, that doesn't even include, like, their shinies. Like, Koraidon shiny that we've seen from the leaked data mines and all that, oh my god. The moment that event comes out, I'm getting it, because that is probably the single coolest shiny I have ever seen.
Hey, if you get a second one, throw me one, will you?
Hey, man, I'll do whatever I can to get extras, because I love, like, honestly, Koraidon has, like, him and Zacian are my two most favorite legendaries to have ever been made.
I will say this, like, Sif Dog, like, is a top tier designed mon, and like they've been like Game Freak has been on a roll designing legendaries as of late. Like, I'll say that with like no qualms and no cap. Like, they've been on a roll with legendaries. Eternatus was kind of lame, but whatever.
Honestly, even the ruined legendaries in Scarlet and Violet, I actually like them all.
Oh yeah, I haven't even gotten to any of them yet because I haven't found all the fucking polls, Game Freak, you piece of shit.
I mean, if you take the history class, they'll tell you where to get it.
Oh, god damn it.
Or you could just look it up on Google. That's what I did. I just Googled that shit. But, like, Qian Pao, one of my most favorite legendaries. And, like, I don't know. I know it's supposed to be just for Koraidon right on, but in general, like, Game Freak
talk
went
about
hard.
all the legendaries, but yes, they have some legit legendaries in here. It reminded me of, like, some of the designs of the Ultra Beasts, and the Ultra Beasts were cool as shit.
I'm 50-50 about them, and the internet in general is not a huge fan of them. Like, I liked Buzzwole, I liked Naganadel, and
Stakataka was legit like one of my favorites. He was such a greatly designed mon. But anyways, our final score of legendaries. You see me, you talk to me, I give it 10 out of 10. Because there's not much else I can give it.
Honestly, I'm at like a 9.5 of 10. Just because, like, it's Miraidon is what keeps it from being a full 10, but I still love Miraidon. Koraidon is heads up.
That's why we bought Scarlet. So I
No
give
kidding.
it 10 out of 10.
I fucking love Koraidon. And even his name is so badass, Koraidon.
Enough of whatever the fuck that voice is. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. Alright, next one. The sandwich system. And picnics.
Okay.
Honestly, you know me. I love whenever I get to interact with my Pokemon. I'm just gonna say 10 out of 10 immediately. I love the picnic. I love I can wash my Pokemon. I love the fact I can interact with them. I love I can play with them. I love how I can see them fucking hanging out. And also, one of the cutest fucking things ever happened, and I'm upset I didn't even think to take a picture of it or anything. But both Quackaball and fucking Armarouge were sleeping, but they were sleeping back to back, and honest to God, Squeed, I'll throw myself under the bus by saying that it was probably one of the cutest things ever. I love the camp, and I love the sandwich making. It's super fun.
Fair enough. Honestly, I am not a huge fan of all that, just because, again,
It gets in the way of Pokemon battle. When I eat, I don't taste anything. When I have fun, I don't feel anything. When I have sex, I don't feel anything. When I'm on the Pokemon battling, I feel.
It do be like that
When I get as a new shiny, I inject that shit like it's crack. It's the only thing that makes me feel.
Hey man, all I'm gonna say is I grew up looking up to Ash, and I became more like Paul. I'm willing to admit that. I'm willing to admit that.
I can't fucking believe you said that.
And I'm gonna own up to it, because I'll be real. I have released over 700 fucking Charmanders and over 200 Fuecocos. Alright? So, I single-handedly brought back the Charmander population.
Your local ecosystem today.
I brought back the population of those 2 months in that region, okay? I'm an environmentalist.
Now there's too many Fuecocos. Now they gotta fucking ship them off the off region.
Oh my god. But in general, like, this is what I will say, like, it is just... it is a vast improvement to the curry system. I hated the curry system in Sword and Shield.
I thought it was cute, but yeah, there's too much.
It was a pain in the ass.
There's too much. But something funny happened one time where I made a sandwich and the physics engine kind of fucked the top of the bread and it didn't actually hit and stabilize. So Koraidon literally took the top half of the sandwich. I heard him, because it's a random Pokemon every time the Pokemon cry happens and the piece that falls off is swiped by the Pokemon. And Koraidon ate the top half of the sandwich. I'm like, Koraidon, you bitch! It wasn't done yet.
That is hilarious. Like, honestly, in general, the sandwich mechanics, not to mention with the buffs, bruh, I love that shit. I love it so much.
Solid system. All right.
Yeah, no, like, honestly, while I hate picnics and shit like that, I give it actually a solid.
You've
It's
never
like
been
7.
on a good picnic?
No, I do. Okay, in games, I hate like picnic systems. In general.
I thought you were about to say, like, dude, who the fuck hates picnics?
Not to mention it can be windy at times, so that does get annoying. But
okay, you just have to pick a good day. People don't pick a good day for picnics. All right, so final score for the picnic system and the sandwich system.
Let's hear it. Didn't you say you gave it like a 10?
I will say 9 out of 10. I just want more interaction with my Pokemon. I want to, like, you know, like, I want to, like, do more stuff with my Pokemon. I mean, this is really close, but I want to see my character physically interacting with the Pokemon.
I think we'll definitely achieve that. Like, each generation, they keep on going more and more down that route and are making strides. Like, honestly, they're making a lot of progress compared to where we were. So it wouldn't surprise me if by, like, Gen 10 or Gen 11, you're literally sitting there holding your fucking Pokemon. Yeah. You know? Like, if you want to, you have a Togepi.
Nothing will ever, like, you know... This is super lame, but nothing will ever get me close enough to that fucking moment in, the Pokemon Ranger movie, the Manaphy movie, where, I forget his name, but he's in that mountain and he's basically freezing to death, and all those wild Pokemon come up to him and they make sure that he gets through the night on that mountain. And, you know, because the wild Pokemon had no reason to do any of that, but they do just because, you know, that's, you know,
It's the right thing.
yeah, and that's just like, you know, that's what I get emotional. Fuck this thing. Fuck this conversation topic. Anyways.
Yeah, I give it a 7 out of 10, honestly. Like, even I enjoyed some of it.
Yeah. God. The Manaphy movie was great. Still no Pokemon 2000 or the Guaranteed and the Sky Warrior, but yeah. Because those two, because Guaranteed and the Sky Warrior and Pokemon 2000 are like top tier.
I actually really loved the Aurora movie.
Oh man, the Lucario movie too. Oh, that was awesome.
In general, I like the Pokemon movies, except for the 2000 remake.
I think I know what next week's topics is gonna be.
Oh,
are we gonna do the movies? Are we finally gonna do them? The tier list?
I mean, I'm not against it. I will just have to watch like 2 more, and I'll probably just do it over the weekend.
Man, God, we'd have to get Snow to do that.
Yeah. Oh well.
Me and him aren't talking right now, so we'll have to see about that.
Anyhow, my guy.
Next,
so
okay, so average, 8 and 7. We'll just give it a. Since it's more positive than negative, we'll just give it an 8.
I'm okay with that.
All right, so I'm just gonna kick back. I'm going to mute my mic, and I'm going to trust you on this.
Okay.
And then when I come back, I'll give my take on it. Paradox Mons. I am going to mute my mic, go off. When I get back, I'll give my take on them because I expect you to have so much to talk about, and I will have nothing to say because I still haven't gotten a bunch of them. So I'll leave it to you, buddy. Muting my mic.
All right. So, in general, Paradox Forms, I love it. This is the single best thing I think they've done in terms of, like, taking a new spin on older Mons. And I pray to God we get to see more shit like this, okay? In general, my personal preference, I think the Scarlet Paradox Mons on average are better, but Violet still has some bangers, such as Iron Valiant, Iron Thorns, as well as, what is it? There's one more that I can't remember Oh, I actually like Iron Hands as well. But not to mention, like, it's incredible to see these Mons, and we got to see, like, how they actually evolve through history. Competitively, honestly, almost all of them are good. Like, Great Tusk is one of the single best Pokemon in competitive right now. Roaring Moon, while base stat total-wise, it's a little weaker than Salamence, much like Iron Thorns is and Iron Jugulis is to Tyranitar and Hydreigon. Their stat allocation is what really proves it. Like, Roaring Moon, being a Dragon Dark type, has some cracked out offensive stats with Booster Energy being a thing, with Photosynthesis, its speed, and its attack stats while knowing Dragon Dance. Makes it an incredible threat. In general, I think Area Zero, where they're located, is also the single most beautiful, like, landscape I have ever seen in a Pokemon game. And even the final battle, where you're fighting all the Paradox Mons one at a time, immaculate. That's my single most favorite Pokemon battle I think I've ever done. And Cynthia held that title for years on end, okay? Not to mention, a lot of their shinies are actually incredible as well. I actually love a lot of their shiny forms. Minus the future, some of it is not that great because they're mostly just all silver. The past ones are actually different. And just across the board, phenomenal fucking Mons. And I hope to God we get to see more of it, especially since apparently in the next coming DLC, we're supposed to get like a past Suicune and a future Virizion. I cannot wait to see how they do them, and I am just over the moon happy with how they did it. And this was the single most, like, important, extravagant thing to me. Not to mention, I will say, folks, if you're planning on shiny hunting them, it is stupid simple if you pick the right area in areas. And that's what I got to say. And I take it he's not back yet, so honestly, I would say my favorite Paradox forms are Great Tusk, Iron Valiant, Iron Thorns, Roaring Moon. Let's see here. Iron Moth I thought was awesome. And then, let's see here. I think that's pretty much it for all of them. Iron Treads, I think, is cool and all. I just don't like the face, but the way they just allocated these stat spreads, not to mention they gave my boy Donphan some love finally. Because low-key, I love Donphan, I'm not gonna lie. It's just an elf as a tire, but I think it's great. But Great Tusk has done me wonders in the battles I've used him in, and like that because of the introduction of these mons, they partially made Sun teams more viable. I like using Sun a lot in competitive, so it makes me real happy that some of my favorite Weather War, you know, adventures benefits my mons that I enjoy using stuff. So altogether, just these were the mons I was paying the closest attention to when it came to the leaks. And when you got to see Great Tusk for the first time as a fucking Titan was immaculate, honestly. And it was one of the most imposing mons I have ever seen. I just wish I knew that you could have caught him earlier than having to go to Area Zero. I'm low-key jealous of my boy Chan.
I'm back.
Ah, good timing. Because I was just finishing up.
I went to the bathroom and got some saltines.
Nice.
Anyways, speaking of which, I was the one that told you could catch him early because Daniel told me he could catch him early.
Yeah, I wish I knew that because I would have loved to have him on my
Remember when you
playthrough.
dropped in on stream and you were freaking out about the fact I had one?
Yeah, I genuinely thought someone, like, you did Wonder Trade and someone gave it to you. I was like, what the fuck?
And then I told you, no, I caught him. And you're like, what? What?
Yeah, I wish I knew you could have had them during the playthrough because I would have loved to have a Great Tusk in my playthrough.
Yeah, Giant Dad was really like one of the MVPs in the entire team. Like, he got me out of so many scrapes. I love him.
I could see why, because, like, outside the legend, and since you didn't use, like, Palafin, he was your strongest in terms of base stat totals. And like I was saying, like, all the Paradox mons, for the most part, their stat spread, even though they're all base stats are 570, 590, depending on, you know, if it's Iron Roaring Moon or Iron Valiant. While the space stat totals are above average, they're not, like, insanely high. It's just where those stats were allocated is what makes them so good. Like,
Precisely.
that's why Fluttermane and Iron Bundle are insanely cracked out.
Let me talk now. You've had I don't know how many minutes that was.
Yeah, go for it, my guy.
But now to give my thing, and are you done talking about them though, or is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, I already gave my 2 cents.
Damn, I can't wait to rewatch this video and hear that tomorrow.
Oh, dude, I'm gushing over it.
I don't think I was gone for too long, but I can't wait to hear it. So, the treasure hunt, the 3 main quest lines. I think this is genius and deserves a 10 out of 10 because it's such a smart move from a Pokemon open world standpoint.
Yeah, honestly, like, having the different, like, the 3 different options you can go through so you're not just boss rushing, and you can go whatever order you want, and depending on which route you go, gives you certain advantages. Like, honestly, especially if you go in the correct order, quotation marks, like, it keeps the game actually difficult, and I thought it was amazing. Like, I love it. I hope we continue down the route of having multiple different, like, paths. And I hope in the future they make it so, like, you know, you can go in whatever order you want, and the levels are, like, they are comparable to what, say, how many gym badges you have. That would be amazing. Rather than just being stagnant, like, you know, they're preset at whatever level. If we can have scaling levels, it would be a solid 10 out of 10 for me. But even then, I thought this was an ingenious idea, and I hope to God they do it again.
Exactly. I'm same here. Like, such a unique idea, such a cool idea. Like, giving you reason to explore every nook and cranny of the map. Like, brilliantly done. It's amazing. The first true Pokemon open world game, and they figured it out the first try. Barely. They still figured it out. Now then, to talk about the nitty-gritty. Team Star captains. We already talked about Team Star, so you know our rating for that. I think it's a solid part of the treasure hunt. The Titans. I appreciate every Titan being a new Pokemon.
Yes. Oh my god, yes. I'm so grateful that they actually used new Mons, because I'll be real with you, after our discussion of the regions and I had to slander the shit out of Gen 2, and how almost every single like gym leader and Elite Four member in Generation 2 didn't even use a new
I go
monster
back to
ace.
that video sometimes, and I just remember me getting super upset at you ranking Kalos where you did, and then I realized I had nothing to say about Kalos, and I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I don't care about it.
Yeah, like honestly, the fact like after we had that discussion, I just kept on sitting there thinking like, please God, do not make every like new champion, new empower and like encounter have their ace be a mon we already have. Please make good enough mons so it's an actual decent ace for each of them. And granted, while Iono, I wasn't too ecstatic about her ace being Miss Magius, the fact that it had Levitate and she terrestrialized it electric,
and she spammed Confused Ray.
like her Miss Magius had no weakness. It was immune to ground type attacks, and that's the only thing that electric is weak to. And I thought that was incredible. The Star Raptor being normal type, I still am wrong. I love, shit, what was his name? No, it wasn't Norman. Normal type gym leader, flying type Elite Four member. What's his name?
I don't remember, but everyone loves him.
Yeah, no, I love him. His team's kind of dog shit, but I love the guy.
He's great. Remember when I just straight up fucking guessed it first time? His fucking... His
puzzle.
You remember that? That's live on stream. You can see that right here. Alright. Oh god.
Have fun.
A jelly-filled donut. That's what I choose. Medium serving, I guess. I'll play it simple. How do you want that cooked? Oh my god!
Good times.
Eeny, meeny, miny, this one. Anything garnish your order? Lemon, I guess. I don't fucking know at this point.
Okay, let's hear. Do I have any of those moves on this?
I'm
thing?
sorry, what the fuck?
Did you really guess it right?
What?
You did. You dead-ass guessed it right. What the fuck?
Huh?
I can't believe you guessed it right. Good shit, my guy. Wow, I'm impressed. Good shit, man. Good shit.
What'd you say the numbers were on me getting that?
Like, as a very brief estimate, it was like a 1 in 64 to like a 1 in 28, some shit like that. And I was like, you motherfucker, you got that right in your first attempt. I got so sick and tired, I could not find, I only found like 2 of the trainers. So I said, screw it, I'm Googling this shit, I'm done.
Me, I just guessed. Literally just guessed. I was like, I don't know, this one, that one, this style, this size, and I was like, okay. And I saw them fucking order it, and then they're like, okay, and then the ring opened. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, like honestly, like all the paths, they did a great job. I just wish we had a bit more. Like, I won't lie, because since this is essentially the 3 paths, like the Titans, immaculate, I loved them, but the gym leaders, the first half of the bundle, phenomenal. The second half were a bit on the weaker side, in my opinion.
Yes.
Like, I feel like they put more effort into like the first 4 gym leaders, making them actually like interesting in their gimmicks and what they like to do. And then the last 4 felt like they kind of cut a corner there. Okay, guys, like, how you gonna start off strong and then end?
Yeah, but okay, so final scores for the gym leaders. Oh wait, we have more to talk about gym leaders. I'm sorry, a little bit early. So I want to talk about some of the gym leaders now.
All right.
Ace design for all of them. Some of the gym challenges are fucking stupid though.
Yeah, I won't lie. A lot of them are dumb as hell,
Like,
especially the second one.
oh my god. The one where you're just kicking around a giant olive. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? This is a gym challenge? Playing hide and seek with a bunch of fucking sunflower mons? Sunflora? This is a gym challenge? Like, what the fuck even? Like, some of these gym challenges are worse than the ones in fucking Sword and Shield. And that's saying something because a lot of those were lame.
Yeah, no, like, honestly, like, I thought the Ghost one was awesome, being double battles. I loved it. I actually low-key liked the snow sledding for the Ice Gym Leader. And honestly, was there even another one I liked outside of that? I guess the auction for the water one I was down for. Just annoying that I had to chase his ass. It was just annoying I had to chase his ass to a completely different city just to come back to the other one. Iono's little hide and seek was fun.
Yeah, it was cute.
But my colorblind ass struggled with it.
What is this man's name?
Like, where is Cavill?
I love how because I mastered every single Where's Waldo book. I found him instantly. Because it's funny because there's a trick to finding Where's Waldo. There's a way you can move your eyes across the page and you'll instantly find him basically. I used that same trick and it fucking worked.
Like, there was one time where he's hiding underneath the Poke Center, and I could not see him because he just blended in with his red shirt.
What about that one time he was in the boat?
That one wasn't too bad because, again, with the red shirt, he's stuck out. But under the Poke Center, I was stuck there for like 20 minutes. I could not see him. And so finally I asked my roommate, Pinche, I'm like, where is this motherfucker? He's like, look at the Poke Center. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. That one killed me. I just could not fucking see him for the life of me. But honestly, the gym challenges were very hit or miss. You either liked them or you hated them, and I won't lie, the psychic one was my least favorite out of all of them.
Yeah, the psychic one was kind of meh, but she was like my favorite design gym leader.
Yeah, no, the gym leader designs themselves, I liked them, and the teams,
they all look great. They all look amazing.
Yeah, like the gym leaders stick out, and I do like the gym, especially ironically enough, the very guy that just looks like a normal dude. He just has like 3 jobs, so he's always tired. Like, it's going to kill me if I can't remember his damn name.
Look it up, and please do it quickly. We're on it. We're live here, damn it.
All right, hold on 1 second. Pull him up. Normal gym leader Scarlet. Larry, got it.
Yeah.
Like, such a basic guy, but I love it just because he's so basic and that he just does this on the side. And should we also include the Elite Four while we're at it, since they are part of like
that is the next that's the next topic, because the Elite Four is always its own thing.
All right, cool.
Yep. So let's give our final hunt for the let's give our final score for the treasure hunt.
Yeah, for everything all included.
All right, everything taken into account. I will give treasure hunt a 6.5 to a 7, depends on my mood. There is a bunch of cool stuff about the treasure hunt. There's also some unforgivable shit in there. Like, I get Pokemon's for children. I do. But playing hide and seek with Pokemon's fucking dumb. But I get it's for children. So I'll say 7.5. It's my final score. 7.5 to 8, depending upon my mood. That's my final score.
I'm going to give it a 7, just because I loved the Titans. I actually did like Team Star and like the leaders, and they're actually difficult.
We'll just call it 8 then.
Yeah, like, it's just the gym leaders, I felt like they put in a lot of effort in the first 4, and then the last 4 they kind of just cut corners on. That's why I gave it a 7.
All right. Elite Four, I had yes. I'll just say yes, like, so much fun. I'll say that first one actually kind of put me on edge because I got the bug, which we'll talk about next. But I got a bug basically in Elite Four where the first couple beats of the music keep looping, and it kind of freaked me out. And I'm like, that music isn't. You were there. Remember when I just said out of the blue, this music isn't fucking helping?
Yeah.
God, but anyways, the Elite Four. Fucking solid, amazing. That double switch with Larry being the fucking flying type.
Yes!
Which you tried to fuck me up on. You tried to totally fuck with me on stream and get me to take Mons in there that would have fucking fucked me over.
Hey, man, like I said, the way I see it is if I had to figure it out on my own on the spot, so should you. That's why I wasn't going to say shit.
Of course. Yeah, but I'm lucky I had Electric Bill on the team because he handled it.
Yeah, honestly, this was definitely one of the more interesting Elite Fours that we've had in the past. Like, they're actually They're actually memorable and interesting. Not to mention the whole, like, I love how it's a subtle thing. But after you beat them, they just sit on the sidelines and watch you keep going. And even talk about like how that battle went from their perspective. I love that.
There are some cool lines that the Elite Four members give though. Like the one dude, the dude that's also a teacher, I think.
Oh yes, the dragon one.
Like fucking the line, even a baby dragon can breathe fire is amazing. And then the champion, like her going, "You really are beyond imagination." Like those are some cool lines.
Yeah, I won't lie though, the champion, I am disappointed just because I feel like they could have given her better mons, and even the order that she sent her mons in. Like, first off, her Glamora sets up poison spikes when you hit it. Why in the fuck is it her last one? That is such a backwards ass way to set up poison spikes as your last Pokemon. That annoys the shit out of me. But like, outside of her, like, I won't lie, this champion, she's very forgettable to me personally. But the Elite Four I loved. I thought they were incredible.
Same here. Like, I'm sorry, I wasn't sure if you were done talking yet.
Oh, no worries, man. Yeah, honestly though, it's just, I had a blast. I actually had to think, and I actually like had to plan around because I didn't know what types they were. There was no like significant like indicators of what type they were. I was on
stream, and I had to go through it in my head, and then I realized, wait a second. There's never any repeat gyms like gyms in the fucking you know, in the Elite Four. There's never any repeats. So I thought about it for a couple seconds, and I'm like, okay, all the other types. And I was like, the last Elite Four member has to be flying. And it turns out I was right.
Yeah, like, honestly, it's just, like, I love how they made it so the room was just, it was bland. There was nothing special about the room, and I loved it because it made it so you could not just look around and be like, oh, clearly ground, clearly fire. You had to guess as you went. And I love that. And I hope they keep that up, and just the whole interactions amongst themselves. Like, they actually seem like friends. They're not just co-workers or people they rarely talk to. Like, you would think even like the first generation of Elite Four members, they would have been, I don't know, at least cordial or friendly towards one another. There's no interaction. And that's always been the case. Like, the Elite Four members...
One was a fucking hobo.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you were... I think about
you had to... How long did you have to think about that?
Look, man, Bruno is such a piss-poor Elite Four member.
He was a fucking hobo that literally hung out in canyons removing sand slashes from Onyx. I love that episode, by the way, when Brock full-on fucking, like, cracks Bruno over the head with a stick. Because he's like, watch, his training is so great, he'll stop the stick. And he just cracks him over the head. He's like, hey, dude, that fucking hurt. And he passes out.
Yeah. Like, honestly, I think these Elite Four members are some of the most unique. And I hope to God
child. There's like a little baby. Like I remember, like it's on stream, but dude, I was fucking flabbergasted that the one of the Elite Four was a fucking baby. Like I didn't want to hurt her, like, or make her cry, but like it's like, you're in my way, kid.
Fuck the little shit. I don't care. She chose to play with the big kid. She's going to get treated as such. I'm going to beat her ass.
Very, very cute, though. Big Anya vibes from her. I love that.
Oh, yeah. I still find it funny that she was, ironically enough, like the steel typing. One of the most, like, set in stone, hardcore types of the entire game. And that's who she is. The steel type Elite Four member. I'm like, when I think of steel, I think of, like, big, burly-ass dude. Or a knight like Windstrom from X and Y, or is he Sun and Moon? I can't remember.
It's just this little child looking up, like it's like they're just around the Elite Four. They're coming into their work today. And they're like, oh hey little girl, are you lost? And she's like, no, I work here. Oh, you work in the Elite Four building? Well, what do you do? Beat the shit out of trainers. And she just looks you dead in the eyes, like not even breaking the contact. She's like, you're next.
And I love that her ace is a Tinkaton of all things.
Yeah.
That Gigaton Warhammer is hilarious.
Go commit a crime.
Oh, God.
As you hand her hair. Oh god, I love how the Pokemon meme community is like back in full force because there's actually things to meme.
And Loki, I actually find it hilarious that the Dragon Elite Four member is a fucking crybaby. He is like he's so in love with battles that it brings him to tears every time, and I love it.
Yeah,
it's such a polarizing idea of like the Dragon Trainer. They've all been serious.
We've never had like, okay, the one exception, Hoenn region, where the ghost trainer, like, she's all about the vacation life and the beach life because she comes to her fucking ghost type thing dressed in her vacation gear, which is still my headcanon that she was in the middle, that Phoebe was in the middle of a fucking vacation when suddenly they're like, hey Phoebe, we got someone coming in right now. Like what, tomorrow? No, like right now, you gotta come in. She's like, give me like a minute, and she flies in. And like, where the fuck's your spooky costume? She's like, I was at the beach, motherfucker. You give me, I will do this and go immediately back.
Yeah.
Like, I love the concept. It's just like, they're like, where's your scary costume? We talked about this. Yeah, fuck off. God. Anyways.
Yeah.
Sorry, just a little.
No worries.
We get sidetracked way too easily in this show. I mean, series, podcast. What are we even calling this anymore?
I would say a mix of a series and a podcast. And I mean, to be fair,
it's not
like
even a
this
podcast because we have a strict topic every single week.
I mean, some podcasts tend to have a strict topic. It just depends on which one you're listening to.
I guess.
I mean, to be fair,
duke it out in the comments. What are we? A podcast, a series, or an episodic like show?
Yeah. What would you rate altogether the Elite Four and I guess the Champion?
9.
Damn.
Like it's great, dude. Like that switch up, like to have the to really fuck you up is like, oh, more normal type. Psych, it's flying type, bitch.
Honestly, I just realized how ingenious that is because you would bring a fighting type to deal with him, just to immediately get rocked by his flying type.
Exactly. That's why
I didn't realize that. That's hilarious, actually. Honestly,
and because you can go into your boxes, people would load up on fighting types just to be at a disadvantage.
But
they account for that shit now.
Yeah, and I will say, if I find any of you fuckers doing a Nuzlocke and you do that, where you swap out your dead ones for the live Pokemon, you failed the Nuzlocke in my eyes.
Not really. I mean, you're just gonna put the dead ones in a box anyways.
Yeah, putting the dead... It's one thing to put the dead ones away, but if you replace them with live ones, every other Nuzlocke,
is that really even against the rules? I mean...
If you're... if you lose a Nuzlocke,
here's my thing, right? Because some people have lose on a whiteout, some people don't, because, you know, I personally always find it more fun to scrape together what you have in your box and go buy it by the skin of your teeth, because I've done that once or twice on a Nuzlocke, and it's actually kind of crazy to be like, okay, fuck, now I gotta really get down to the brass tacks and see what I can scrape together. That's how we got
like,
I can't believe I'm about to fucking talk about this. This is how we got to the point where I had to use Mac tonight to beat the Elite Four, and he was the last one standing. A fucking Loonstone.
Like,
because I had to scrape together what I had left in the box, and I'm like, Loonstone, alright, join in the club, you're getting trained.
Like, don't get me wrong. If you are, like, not doing a hardcore Nuzlocke, I guess that's a different story. It's just, nowadays, everyone does hardcore Nuzlocke. It could still be a hardcore Nuzlocke. I'm just saying, like, you know, if you're there and, like, you're not gonna... Like, if you're at the Elite Four, you're just gonna go back, like, once they let you go, and go to a Pokemon Center and drop off the dead ones anyways. I mean, if you can do that, well,
you can do that.
In traditional hardcore sense, if you lose a battle, you lose the game. So if you go back, you already lost. And that's kind of where the hardcore comes into play.
Yeah, but there's always other people there. Like, you know, I know Jan from fucking Pokemon Challenges. He's like, you know, he personally does the, you know, lose on a whiteout. But me personally, I'm like, whiteout, okay, time to get down to the brass tacks. I'm not just giving up on a Nuzlocke run. You know, it's I always find it to be like the quitter's way. It's like, you know, I have a whole box of Mons. Let's see if I can do it. You know what I mean?
The reason why I think otherwise is because that shows that you should have planned better. Because that's a big... Because let's be real, Nuzlocke's are only difficult if you don't plan.
What's more skillful, planning better or using what you have and still succeeding? I still say that, you know, like loss on a whiteout is just, you know, you know, it cuts short the real challenge part of it. You know what I mean?
I agree. I would argue differently, just because then you know what you like. Oh, this one couldn't take that hit, but this one could with a better nature. Whereas if
but like you don't have the option of better nature. We're not talking about fucking Nuzlockes, damn it.
We'll discuss this a different time. But honestly, I personally give them like a 7 to an 8, just because Gita was that disappointing to me. The Elite Four carried it. The champion I was so disappointed with, and I just felt like if Game Freak had even an ounce of competitive sense in her, they would have changed her mons and changed the order that she sent them out. Because in terms of champions, she was one of the easier ones I think I've ever had to fight. And that's saying something, considering
she's no Cynthia, but she's also no Gary. Like, let's be fair.
You're not wrong, but they hyped her up throughout the entire game, and honestly, she was about as difficult as Diantha, who was the first champion I beat on my first attempt. And X and Y is no difficult game by any stretch of imagination. Like, it's just, from a competitive standpoint, she is the most disappointing champion I think I've ever seen, just because her order was fucked, her mons were weak, and it's like, this is the champion. She got to that point just because of her level. That's it. The level of her mons is what created her.
So, final score. We're giving her 9.
I say 7.
Well, we're going to stick with 9 because, you know.
The Elite Four are phenomenal.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
It's just the champion's disappointing.
God. Okay, so then. Alright. Region. Alright. I think, personally, I don't mean to step on anyone's toes here, but I think Paldea is awesome. Like,
absolutely.
Legitimately, like, one of the better regions. Like, I think we have a new contender for S tier if we ever go back to the region tier list.
Honestly, I would put this as S tier. Area 0 alone is the most...
Hey, that's the next one.
Oh, alright, well, keeping in mind of, like, everything within that region, I think this is the single coolest region I have ever seen. Especially some of those landmarks are some of the greatest. And the fact that you can explore it more than any other fucking game, it is hands down my favorite region.
Yeah, it is definitely, like, it is A-okay. I love it.
What would you rate it?
I'd give it like a 10, dude. Like, you know, the region's great.
Like, I will give it a...
Like, Hoenn had, like, some of the best, like, unique areas in the entire series. Like, hot springs, mountains, like, you know, there's a lot of cool things. But this thing has all of that, plus different ethnic areas. There's a bamboo forest. There's a fucking...
Yes,
like,
the bamboo forest
there's a bamboo forest. There's a fucking mountain range with springs in it. There's things
a
there
mining
that, like,
field.
Exactly.
Like,
there's mining operations. There's so much going on in Paldea.
One of the cities is a literal oasis.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
that one with the one with the really good music.
Like, honestly, this is... I'm just gonna say it now. I do truly feel this is my new favorite region across the board.
It sucks to give Hoenn the back foot here, but, like, I think, like, Paldea is just better Hoenn. Everything that Hoenn has, despite the really fucking cool underwater areas, like, and there's just, like, you know, like, Hoenn still has some good you know, areas that, you know, no other Pokemon, like, game has. But this one just has, like, more unique and better areas. Like, you can fucking do stuff, like, you know, and it really is, like, you know, it shouldn't be, like, you know, compared to other games because it's an open world game and Miraidon can climb shit. But
yeah,
honestly, like, I'm all for just giving this a 10 out of 10. Like,
same. And bear in mind, there's still 2 planned DLCs, which, if they're anything like what happened in Sword and Shield, we're gonna see more areas, which is baffling to me.
I just hope they add more Paradox Mons. That's all I want. Or just more evolved forms for the Paradox Mons. I really want Feathermane to evolve into a Miss Magius.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that ain't gonna happen, bro. That
I fucking know, but I can hope, you dickhead.
Like, in terms of, like, there's no way they could do that, and the motherfucker wouldn't be more bullshit, or they'd have to weaken the fuck out of it. Like,
I just don't get what the fuck, like, Why did all the future forms get all the cool fucking forms?
Wait, I just realized. You know what I just realized about the Mons that, like, got their fucking... Aside from Jigglypuff, I think she's the one exception. All the other, like, Paradox Mons were, like, it wasn't their fully evolved forms, like Magnezone and Miss Magius, you know, they didn't have a Paradox form.
Yeah.
Those Pokemon, when they were first released, only were, like, Magneton was the highest evolution of Magnemite.
Oh my god.
Trevis was that way. Jigglypuff... Wait. No, Jigglypuff... Wigglytuff wasn't a Pokemon in Gen 1, was it?
No.
Wigglytuff
didn't exist. Look that up super quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull that up because... Is that why they did that?
That's dumb if they did. That's why they did it.
Honestly, I think it's kind of cool. It's like an homage to, like, others.
Themselves.
Okay, let's hear. No, it looks like it wasn't... Yeah, introduced in Generation 1. Wigglytuff was in Generation 1. So that's the exception. But all the others, that remains true. Huh. Yeah, honestly, like... Aside from Jigglypuff, I actually low-key like that. And I kind of hope... I do wish they did a Paradox Wigglytuff, but regardless, I love the Paradox. So I can't say too much shit. But yeah, I would personally give the region a 10 out of 10 as well.
Alright then, we're coming to our last things.
Yep.
Alright.
What you got?
Second to last. Shiny hunting. Because it's been... I feel like I had to talk about this just because it's been so changed drastically.
Yes, and actually,
and
it's
also
like...
this category also includes shiny qualities. So go
Oh,
off,
boy.
my guy. Hang on, no, shut the fuck up. Actually, hang on. So I got my second ever natural shiny in this game.
Mm-hmm.
It was an Esperata. She is very pretty. I called her La Bamba, and I love her to death. And I think this change was for the best. That's all I have to say on this. Go off.
Alright, so, I'm gonna start off the bat. The shiny quality. There's like 10 good shinies of the new Mons. They shit the fucking bed on that right now. Almost all of the shinies, barely any difference, and the routes they could have gone for a lot of them, missed opportunity. I am mad at hell.
Sir Chandarius YouTube channel would like to mention that Red is fucking colorblind. Take his words with a pinch of salt.
You're not wrong, but that's the thing. I can tell difference with other shinies. Alright? Like, Skeletor's being pink. He's a damn sugar skull and a crocodile. You're telling me we couldn't have done a white croc for a mutation. That's what shinies are, a mutation. We couldn't have done a white fucking Skeletor. I think that would have been cool, but I digress. The shiny quality in general, dog shit on average. A lot of bangers, like Cyclizar, awesome. But Paleontauros. It was dumb luck I got my shiny Paleontauros. Dumb fucking luck. However, the shiny hunting methods, immaculate. It has been so easy to hunt for shinies that, sure, they are no longer a flex like they used to be. They are no longer as difficult, but I'm not gonna lie. A lot of these Mons, I think their shiny colors are better than their base color. There are exceptions to that, but like, I personally like Skeletor's base form better than his shiny form, but some of the others, like Titan, who has one of the single coolest shinies I've ever seen, is immaculate, and it's just the shiny hunting method is incredible and is very beginner friendly, easy to get into, and doesn't take that long. Hell, I encountered a shiny Scyther the moment I left for my picnic when I popped a flying sparkling power sandwich. All right, so immaculate, well done. That being said, like I said, it's just no longer as big as a flex as it used to be just because of how easy you can get shinies.
And that's all right, man. Like, you know, like...
Oh, yeah, no,
like some people have gone their entire lives without getting one. Like,
yeah,
you know, this will be a big moment for a lot of people.
And I don't want to take that away from anyone. You get your first shiny, it doesn't matter what Pokemon it is, you're excited, you're happy. Hell, mine was Toadscool.
Mine was a Mightyena. I was actually looking for an Absol, like after Winona's gym, and I was trying to get an Absol, and she appeared, and I was just flabbergasted. It was so just... I was just... It's such a good feeling, man.
Oh, yeah. The first literal shiny I've ever had was a Rattata from Leaf Green. That was my first ever legitimate
Did
shiny.
you say it was
that I ever
Toadstool?
in this generation.
Oh.
But as for the fastest one I accidentally encountered in Ekans in Generation 2, before I even got to the first gym, was my fastest ever shiny I accidentally
You just said
encountered.
Rattata. What is it?
Rattata's my first ever.
Okay.
Ekans was my fastest. The first in this current generation for me was Toadstool from a raid, ironically.
Mine was my Tiana. Due to a misunderstanding, I was traded a shiny Dragonite by a very, very kind Japanese person, and I was traded another shiny Crobat by my very good best friend Red over here.
Hello.
And that's all the shinies I have. I have a bunch of other garbage shinies that I don't care about because they're... I like to Wonder Trade a bunch of Pokemon every now and then. And, you know, some of those websites where you can buy shinies, they just dump their, like, excess into the Wonder Trade. And I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, folks, if you get a Pokemon and its nickname is literally like Pokemon.com or some shit, do not use it in competitive. You can actually potentially get banned for that shit. Do not use it. Get rid of it. Release it. But
It's
I do not
literally
want to...
not worth it.
Yeah, no. In all actual, like, if you want to hire a Jenner to get you your shinies, I personally have no issues just because of how easy it is to get shinies these days. But some of those mons do have
a
wrong
shiny
side.
Squirtle. We will talk about, you know, something nice, but I'm just saying, man. We need to talk about that. Like, I've been dying for a shiny Squirtle for a while now.
Oh yeah, don't worry. I'm pretty sure Squirtle.
Same energy as...
I hate to mention this, but you already owe me $42,000 in legal fees.
Where's my $15, fucker? I'll take your ass to court for that.
What $15?
I can't remember where that's from, where it's like, you're really gonna kill 6 guys over $15?
Oh.
You're asking the same guy that killed 7 people over $14 just last week?
I've heard that before, but I don't remember what it's from.
American Dad. I know the values are wrong, but it's from American Dad. But regardless, like, folks, get that shiny that you've always wanted in this game. I don't give a shit. People do say it's easier than ever before. All I said, it's not as much as a flex as it used to be, but that does not take away the fact that your first shiny just feels different, and it's immaculate. It don't matter what mod it is, shinies are shinies, and I get excited.
It just feels great, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Ultimately, how would you rate the shinies in general, such as like the hunts and the quality?
I'll give it straight up a 7. No, I'll give it an 8. Like I'm an argument to be made for 9. Like, seriously low though. Like, you know, the fact that it's amazingly amazing to get that feeling, and now so many people will finally have that feeling. Like, I almost want to give it a 10, but I know the quality of the new one sucks, so it's like I can't keep myself from getting anything but a 9.
Yes, and unfortunately for me, just because of the sheer quality of the shinies has brought that down immensely. If not for the new shiny methods being easier, I would have given it like a 3. But because of how easy it is nowadays and more people get to experience that, I'm going to give it a 6. I'm definitely disappointed in Game Freak though in terms of how they chose to go about
I think
it.
it's different because you smoke shiny hunting like it's crack.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. Like I said, take what I say with a grain of salt. It's just the quality is what really makes the shinies worth hunting for me. And the fact that they're, like, mind you, if this was like pre-Gen 6 where they say that we decide how they actually look, it's no longer random. That if this was all random, I wouldn't give shit. But they chose these. They chose to do the minimalistic, barely any fucking difference. And that's what I'm most upset about. If it was random, hey, I get it. Shit happens. RNG is a bitch. But they chose these shinies, and that is why I cannot rate it any higher than a 6. And I feel like I should rate it lower, but the methods are unmatched and just amazing.
Taking account to average, that brings it up to 7.5.
Alright.
Alright. Last thing on the docket. Actually, before I forgot, bonus objective. Pokédex and bugs.
Oh yeah, we need to go over that.
All right, so the new Pokédex, top tier. I give it a 9 out of 10.
I love the new Pokédex actually. I think it's so cool.
Yeah.
And especially when you click on it, you see them in their natural environment. When you see the portrait, love that shit. I hope they keep it going.
Yeah. All right. What's your rating?
Pokedex, I give like an 8 out of 10.
All right. Average 8.5. All right. Bugs. So,
Oh,
I didn't really experience that many. Scarlet's actually very well put together. Violet's the one with all the bugs. But
yeah, no.
I will say, I had a couple Larvitar that hung out like inside of rocks, and I kind of found it funny because of their Pokedex entries are like, yeah, Larvitar kind of just hang out like out the inside out of rocks. But other than that, like, you know, I had Koraidon like do the climbing animation on a slope instead of like a wall, which was kind of weird. And that was kind of it. Also, I'm not sure if it was a bug or the physics engine was just being weird, but, you know, Koraidon took the top half of the sandwich just randomly, and I'm like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's all I experienced, so I can't really say much about bugs because I didn't get the buggy game. I got Scarlet, not Violet.
Well, I will say,
I can
like,
still say that, you know,
it's not perfect.
exactly. Violet had a lot of bugs, so it'll get a lower rating. So I'm giving, like, because of the bugs in Violet, I'll give Violet bugs, like, a 4. But Scarlet bugs, I'll give, like, a 6 because, you know, there's not really that much going on wrong there.
For Violet, for my experience and seeing my roommate play it, I would give Violet more like a 5 because while he did experience a couple bugs, none of them were really game-breaking, just game crashing more often than for me on Scarlet. However, I did experience, actually just last night, another game crash for the first time in weeks. Game crashing was a big one for me that I encountered. Not too terribly often, but enough where it was minorly annoying.
I think I had one crash on stream. I think I'm not sure if I'm remembering that correctly.
Damn, you got lucky then. Because I experienced in my playthrough alone 4 crashes. Again, nothing major. I've played games all the time on my computer where I experience more crashes, so I'm not going to sit here and act like, oh, it's the worst thing in the world. No. But I can't in good faith sit here and be like, oh, this game runs perfectly. It does not. It is poorly optimized. The drop in frame rate is a common thing I encounter. The fact that Koraidon can climb almost upside down, yet a 10-degree slope. He can't go up. Drives me through a fucking wall. And then the occasional visual bugs in regards to the Terra raids are incredibly annoying at times. And then when you sometimes, thank God they have an anti-stuck function in the game, because I caught myself a few of those where I'm just jumping around and I got caught on like a tree or something, and I'm perpetually stuck in midair going down and I can't do anything. That does get annoying. But aside from that, I personally give Scarlet like a 6 as well. The bugs are nothing game-breaking, but annoying.
Alright, so the final tier. Terastallization and Area 0. The end game.
Ooh.
Now then, I feel like we've talked to death about Terastallization, so let's just give a really quick overview of it, like, you know, and then give our final scores, because we're almost 2.5 hours in here.
Yeah, and I gotta get going here soon.
Alright, so let's just do Terastallizing quick. I think it's easily one of the best gimmicks they've had in a Pokemon game for a very long time. So I give Terastallization personally a 9 out of 10. I think it's cool. I like the animation. It's a little bit better than Dynamaxing. Like, you know, also just the wacky shit you can get up to with like some of the Terastallized Pokemon. I love it. 9 out of 10.
For me, I give it a 7 out of 10 because while I love it, it helps make some Pokemon competitively viable because now you can change their shitty typing. The biggest problem I have is I hate the goofy-ass hats, and to change them, you need to grind out on raids just to change one Mon's Terra typing. Those two I find annoying, but otherwise, fantastic gimmick nonetheless, and I enjoyed it. So I give it a 7.
Alright. So then, Area 0. I think the fact that the treasure hunt leads to Area 0 was such a cool fucking idea.
Yep.
And the encounter with the battle with the Primal Mons was also cool. There's just one thing I don't like about the end game.
Oh yes, this discussion.
Why the fuck? And spoilers here if you haven't fucking beaten Scarlet yet. I don't know why you're watching this if you haven't beaten it yet. Why the fuck did they make the professor a robot? Why was she a robot? I get why she was a robot, but why did they think they needed to go down through this fucking weird-ass plot point? It comes so far out of left field, it just doesn't make sense. I get why they did it. I get why she is. The person died and they replaced it with an AI. But why though? Like I get why in game, but I want to know from the people why they thought it was a good idea to go down this route.
Yeah, you're about to see two different perspectives. Yes. Because
I just don't understand, like, why they thought this was a good idea. Like, yeah, the professor's dead and she's a robot. Why? Like, what leaps in logic do you have to make to where that's where you need to take it?
And that's how you view it. I view it differently. Like, honestly, I thought it was amazing because I think that for how much
it's an amazing out of left field reveal twist, yes. But why though? That's all I'm asking, Red. Someone talk to me. Like, I'm not the only one that fucking thinks it's weird.
Well, I've already given my input, at least to you privately, as to why I think they did it and why I personally like it. But for the audience, like, for me personally, for how much they hammer it into us that the world of Pokemon is still a dangerous place, yet there's maybe 5 deaths in all of the Pokemon games that we get to actually be aware of, much less see. And I get it's a kid's game, believe me, but if you're going to hamper on how dangerous the world of Pokemon can be, especially for a researcher, nonetheless, you would think that's actually kind of dangerous for them to research these supposed beings that can eat mountains, punch 3,000 times with the force of God in under a minute, you know?
Team Rocket still stole all those fucking Larvitar from that Tyranitar.
Yeah, we don't need to go into that. But honestly, like
that just fucking baffles me. Tyranitar is like the most dangerous fucking thing in existence. And
or
yet
Gyarados with his Rampage.
Yeah, Tyranitar is one of the most dangerous fucking things in existence. And Team Rocket just yoinks the fucking, like, they yoinked like 8 Larvitar from one Tyrantrum. Or sorry,
yeah.
Tyranitar, not Tyrantrum.
But honestly, I actually love that they finally gave the professor actual fucking relevance to the story. Every other professor, aside from the first time you interact with them, if you took him out of the game, nothing would change outside of Kukui being the champion of Alola region. That is the one exception.
Did you notice that, like, this was like the region where no one talked to you about the typing gym you were going into? Like, I just realized that, like, there was no dude on the side saying, hey, I want to see you hit the big time, because that's Nimona, but she doesn't even warn you about the gym typings.
And honestly, I look like.
Also, something funny I realized about the gyms is that a lot of them have daycare centers in them, which is just cute.
Yeah, I do find that funny. Like, parents are also still taking part in, like, gym challenges and shit, or the people that work there, you know, they got kids. Makes sense. But, like, as I was, like, saying, this post-game is, in my opinion, the single best post-game we've ever had.
Oh, I'm right there. Like, this is, like, some of the best post-game ever. I want to know why. I want to talk to the devs, and I want them to talk through the thought process, because it's just such a, like, what thought process, what meeting happened, I need to know. I feel like Sir Integra after she found out that Nazi was a cyborg the whole time. Like, for what purpose? It makes no sense! Why would he need to be a cyborg?
To be honest, I think it fits it more with the whole idea that they just abandoned Arvin, essentially, but they still wanted to have the professor to be there despite the fact that they were dead, because I would imagine researching past in time with a fucking time machine with these dangerous-ass Mons, I'll be real. If that wasn't the ending, I don't think I would have liked it very much, because, again, it's just, to me, like, I love the idea that the professor has actual relevance to the story, and the battle, immaculate. I love the soundtrack. Not to mention of the fact of, like, as you're playing through, you have no idea. It really comes out of left field to hit you with that. And Area Zero itself is the single most gorgeous fucking place in Pokemon I have ever seen.
Like awesome.
Oh
like,
my god.
I love it.
And it is truly one of the single best places. The plot story at that point, I actually really enjoyed. And the battle, like I said earlier in this episode, it was my most favorite battle I have ever done. Completely caught my ass off guard. And I was not expecting it, so I had to last second plan around that, and it was so much fun that I hope that we continue to see more of this in future generations. And I honestly think that Game Freak nailed this shit.
I do like dark storylines because when Pokemon gets dark, it gets dark. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the thing is
remember when that fucking Groudon was just eating people, and it was kind of mad fucked because it's kind of mad fucked. That the primal destroyed I shouldn't say primal, I should say the corrupted Groudon just literally started fucking eating people. Oh my god, this is not okay.
Yeah, no, across the board, this ending plot point of showing actual relevant death occurring and the ramifications it has, and the fact that the professor actually exists out of their fucking research, or I wouldn't say outside the research, but they actually provide an actual plot point. Because like I said, if you remove all but one of the professors in every single game, nothing changes.
Yeah.
And this is the one exception.
All right, so final score on the end game. I'll let you go first this time.
A 9.5, honestly.
Oh shit, that's my score.
Yeah,
well, the average is average, and that's 9.5 on the end game.
The only thing that keeps it from being a 10.
The only thing for me too is I need to fucking know. I can't. I'm like, why though?
For me, the only thing that stops it from being a perfect 10 is just the dialogue and the fact that you can't use Koraidon the first time you're down there, so it takes fucking forever. That is the only reason why it's not a 10. If I could use Koraidon, I could speed things up.
It takes ages since Koraidon can't, because he's scared.
Yeah, honestly, they did make him a bit of a bitch to that front, but then he had to overcome it. So, I mean, shit, they gave him a hero arc, so I can't complain.
So, that's everything. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. This is really, we really do enjoy doing this, and we do want to know if there are any topics you want us to cover. Please do leave that in the comments, because we will cover them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I understand the controversy that this game went through. In my honest-to-God opinion, this is probably my new favorite Pokemon game.
Yeah, honestly, there are a lot of, bad stuff about this game, but there's a lot more good stuff. So, yeah, that's why Scarlet sucks and doesn't suck.
Yeah, an apt way to put it.
All right, now then, let's get up everything. I mean, probably gonna have to make a run to town if we're hiding out here tonight. I mean, yeah.
I mean, I got Slowpoke tails.
But those, I don't like those raw, man. I mean, you gotta cook them. I mean,
motherfucker, I got it from the black market. Come on, you have any idea how hard it is to get this shit?
Slowpoke tails aren't illegal anymore. What are you talking about?
The old man lied to me.
Yeah, he clearly did. Now then, I think I have a pressure cooker underneath the leaves over there, I think.
I mean, I can look, but I don't know. Under the leaves is where you put a pressure cooker. Aren't you worried starting a fire?
Well, it's not on. The fuel's not in it. I still haven't taken it out of the box yet.
Plug in a damn Pikachu and we'll fix that.
Yeah. Hang on, there's someone at the door. Oh, God!
What? Is it Nimona?
Oh, God, it's her. It's her. It's her. Oh, fuck.
Alright, later, bitch. I'm gonna head off to Kalos then. Fuck you!
Fuck you! I have 40 alternative bases. I can hide anywhere. Let's go!
Later, my guy. I'm gonna go be a stripper.
Later? What?
Don't worry about it.